Are we live?
Dan Rubenstein, we are back. We are live. Some of us are better than ever. My friend, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. How goes it?
So when you say some of us are better than others, do you mean like one side of your brain is better than the other side of your brain?
I said some of us are better than ever.
Okay. But what I'm saying is the sum of us a portion of you, or are you fully ignoring the Penn State part of yourself?
No, I'm not ignoring it. I put a tweet out this morning. I didn't even tell you about this. I put a tweet out this morning, and I was trying to kind of play it about down the middle as I could.
Yeah.
And what I was focused on, because I went back through this morning, I rewatched the game, and there were like 3 moments in my view. There were more, but 3 key moments on the Penn State side.
I saw your tweet.
That did not go in their direction.
I have tie alerts set up.
I'm sure you don't. I was trying to like highlight these. These are the 3 things that I saw. I pulled some clips. I was like as neutral as I could possibly be.
Yeah.
And I made the unfortunate mistake of, I guess, poor phrasing by saying that it was an unlucky break for Penn State, that Cam Miller, their third corner, fell down on that pass to Jaden Greathouse.
I don't know how else you would describe it, but continue.
Right. Immediately, almost immediately, this rush of Notre Dame fans chiming in with, well, that's not accurate.
Oh, sure.
Jaden Greathouse put such a good move on him that
I did see that. I did see that response.
So I got a lot of those, and it's like both things can be true, guys.
Yeah.
It was a good move, and him falling down enabled the 50-some-odd yard touchdown. If he doesn't fall down, maybe it goes for like 35. We're not discounting Jaden Greathouse's moves.
Oh my God, Ty.
This is sort of the vortex that we found ourselves in this morning, trying to play it down the middle. So I am going to be full, unfettered pro Notre Dame on this stream today.
You know they're not playing again tonight, right?
I know they're not playing again tonight, but this is going to be, in my view, a great matchup between 2 teams vying to be national runner-up.
Mm-hmm. You saw who's calling the game tonight?
This is Kirk Herbstreit and Chris Fowler?
It's Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit's son is on the call tonight. I don't know.
This is going to be the troll stream. This is a troll stream is what we're working on, essentially, right?
Or a buddy or something. Kirk Herbstreit hasn't paid attention in a long time to calling games.
No.
Yes, you can be all sorts of pro Notre Dame you want. That is your right. That is a silly. I don't make a habit of paying attention to bleacher creature commenters who are just there to be pedantic. Like it's just not worth it.
Listen, it was fine. I did my best to like respond and be kind and not feed the trolls too much, but we got a little bit of that last night this morning.
Everybody saw. The comment also compared Jaden Greathouse doing an Allen Iverson crossover.
That's right.
So the 373rd best receiver in college football being compared to arguably the most influential dribbler of the modern era, other than, I guess, Kyrie Irving. Sure, guys. Great.
It's all good, man. This is why we do this. We got weird emotional reactions to everything across the board.
Yeah.
We had Notre Dame winning 27-24. A good game last night, 31 points in the fourth quarter. We've got the second of 2 semifinal action now. Games set to kick off in about 10 minutes or so between Ohio State and Texas. There's a very nice gentleman currently playing the Star Spangled Banner on a saxophone wearing a United States flag jacket.
Yeah. And
after that, we're going to get the coin toss, and we're going to see what happens. I'm interested in the coin toss, yo. I'm interested. This is something that I was looking up, and Ohio State's lost 2 consecutive coin tosses. They got the ball first. They scored first. Going to see if that trend continues here tonight.
We got a comment from Mark. Last night, Dan asked, who was the last QB to be this underwhelming and get to the championship? The answer is last year, and J.J. McCarthy. Full disagree. And won 2 playoff games, averaging 180 yards per game and completed 13 passes per game. Okay. Marcus Freeman would take J.J. McCarthy in a second as a thrower over Riley Leonard. The Ty Hildenbrandt would take J.J. McCarthy in a second over Riley Leonard. And that doesn't mean Riley Leonard's bad. JJ McCarthy is way better as a thrower to me.
Okay.
Perhaps. I mean, look, he beat Alabama in the Rose Bowl. Riley Leonard, I don't know.
I know you're trying desperately to not be too down on Riley Leonard.
I am. I want to appreciate him for what he is.
You don't want to be the wet blanket here.
I'm trying not to.
On the enthusiasm of Notre Dame fans that now the Irish have made the national championship. But
yeah.
I know where you stand on Riley Leonard in the broader conversation of national championship playoff era quarterbacks.
Okay, so Notre Dame this season. This is before yesterday, the big explosive passing attack of Jaden Greathouse, the new Allen Iverson.
That's right, new AI.
Notre Dame this year finished 131st in passing explosiveness out of a possible, I think, 135, 130, something like that.
Right.
Okay, that's all. Not all on him. I'm very excited for this game, Ty. Let's talk Texas, Ohio State.
Let's do it, man. What's the big key to you?
Fast starts. Who's got them? Who prevents them? And the Texas pass rush. And that can mean getting a push inside. That can mean Colin Simmons off of the edge. That can mean simulating pressure creatively. That can mean delayed blitzes. I mean, you don't need to. I mean, I guess at times you should spy Will Howard because Will Howard can move, but that's not the threat of this offense. I'm sure he'd much rather dump it off to, Trey Henderson or something like that. But it's pass rush. If you give him time to allow those receivers to do something downfield, I'm not saying Texas is getting gashed because this is a full-on excellent, is a much better defense right now to me than where Oregon was. They did give up some on the ground to Arizona State. You just can't give Will Howard time. So it's that Texas pass rush more than anything because I'm extremely confident in the Ohio State defense. It's not a question there to me.
Yeah.
The question to me is that those edge versus tackle battles for Texas on defense. What about you?
I'm for me, it's the whole question of the fast start again. And look, this is a long football game, and if you don't score on the first drive, that doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things. But
no.
I think what we have seen develop over the last two games for Ohio State is these fast starts have put opponents in a position where they have to play outside themselves. They can't execute whatever game plan they came in with. And that has obviously been very, very difficult to contend with. That's why Ohio State has won in resounding fashion the first two rounds of this thing. So Texas, right. I think it's imperative for them to not get themselves in an early hole. Just get a stop on the first drive for Ohio State. We'll see where it goes. But avoid getting blown out in the first quarter. They've been a pretty good first quarter defense all year long. Now, we also said that about Tennessee. We've said that about some
Oregon. Yeah.
Oregon, right. And it didn't seem to matter a whole lot to Ohio State. Once they got rolling, it just sort of snowballed. So however Texas can scheme something up to avoid that from happening, I think is imperative here. I'm also curious to see what the situation is with regard to deep shots.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a bit cliche. I talked about it a lot in advance of last night's game as well. But Texas, you look at this one on paper, and it definitely strikes me as they're going to be willing to surrender some underneath stuff. They don't want to get beaten deep. They're willing to contend with Ohio State down in the red zone, though it's not their preference. They've been a pretty good red zone defense. Let's tighten up those windows. Let's see how Will Howard operates when he doesn't have, a 35-yard pass down the field to Jeremiah Smith or something of that nature.
Right. I mean, look,
it's a bit of a stretch, but I think that's how Texas has to go into this one if they want to have any chance of winning, because Ohio State's just been nails.
You have to make Ohio State march. There can't be 5-play scoring drives. You
100%.
have to make Ohio State march. You have to make them earn it. And the other thing for me is Texas in the red area.
Yeah.
This is not an area where they've thrived. Obviously, Ohio State's defense has been quite excellent everywhere on the field, but really good in the red zone too. And so it's not just what the play is it Quinn Ewers on time, that there are going to be such limited windows to hit somebody in the back of the end zone or to get to an edge, to like that. Everything needs to be pretty pinpoint for Texas in the red zone to come away with 6 rather than 3, because hard to see 3s being meaningful for Texas unless they themselves are shutting down the Ohio State offense.
Yeah, I think that all computes. I'm going to do my best here to watch it on Skycast. It didn't work out so well last night. I had too much of a rooting interest, but now that I think I can keep my head screwed on straight, I'm going to try to watch from behind and see if I can get a read on what's going on with these defenses. It should be a fascinating matchup. You know, you've got two good defensive coordinators, both of whom have played in big-time, high-level matchups before. And I think two defenses that play different brand of football. Texas is way more oriented around the zone.
Yeah.
Ohio State much more in terms of man coverage, that type of thing. So we'll see how that materializes. If there are any subtle shifts to note, I'll watch this as long as I can, provided it works. It didn't work as well last night, but maybe in Jerry World they'll be.
Well, let me make sure I hit my 2x speed to get as live as humanly possible.
That's right. So for those of you who are joining,
yes,
you know the drill. Let us know in the chat. First and foremost, your prediction. Secondly, hometown. If you want to add a third component to your message, you can do so by telling us either what you had for dinner or what you plan on, snacking on during the game tonight. If there's any adult beverage in the equation. I do have a perpetual IPA here. I'm not sure if I'm cracking that or not. I'm back on the sauce here.
I don't have my hydration. You got your water.
I'm back on the sauce with my 40 ounces of water here in my Stanley.
All right. I'm pumped. I put in the work today. I took a coffee nap. I went for a nice brisk walk in the snow tie. Got myself a green tea at around 3 p.m.
Great.
Ohio State looking sharp in the scarlet and gray, the classic look. Texas looking sharp in the Stormtrooper look.
All right, so we got Ice Bananas back with us. Thank you for stopping on by. 42-10, predicting a big one.
Yeah.
JD Weld working on some Jersey Mikes. What kind of Jersey Mikes, though? What is the sandwich? Jared saying doing dry January, but having a poke bowl for dinner. Sounds good. Sounds good. Dave, 35-17 Buckeyes. David.
Yeah.
Ohio State minus anything. Still sad from Penn State losing. Pottsville, PA, but now lives in Oregon. I know Pottsville. I've been to Pottsville many times.
Got a lamb euro. Yeah.
There's Chaka. Hello, Chaka. Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Got some pizzas.
Down in Lexington. Made a couple of pizzas. There will be old fashions. What kind of bourbon are you going with, Chaka? That is the question du jour. Brian, who was with us last night, is a longtime baller. Wife made some vegan chorizo nachos. They were delicious.
Soy rizo, I assume. Nice. I've had that.
Ohio State has won this toss. This is a
surprising?
change. Yes, they lost
a bunch. Yeah.
Notorious Wojo, great name. 35-17. The Ohio State University. Dwayne The Rock Hudson.
Welcome back.
Who I saw joined our Discord, which, by the way, you can join our Discord as well. Just go to this URL. Free to join. I've unlocked access to the main game day channel where everybody goes nuts during games. We'll keep it open for about another 10 days or so through the national championship. You know, you can get in on that full time, get access to all of the channels if you upgrade, pay for any tier at footballers.com.
In the show.
But in the meantime, it's our pleasure to invite you and thank you for joining. What do we got here? Okay. I went right past Dave The Rock Hudson. Where is he? Where'd he go?
Dwayne?
Dwayne The Rock Hudson. There we go. Buckeyes 34-24. He is in Lincoln. He said he got a watch party going. We're ordering some Yea's pizza. Is that how you say that?
Looks. By the way, yes, it is. But Ryan Day got a nice little cleanup on his beard. I don't know if you're watching right now. It's
they're not showing the cleaned up beard on the Skycast right now. I got Skycast ready to go.
Oh, right. Okay.
Hawkeye Life, 42-35 Ohio State. This would be a fun score, by the way. Watching in Kansas City, jalapeno white cheddar beef, mac and cheese nachos for dinner. Woo! There's a lot going on there. No drinks, but a gummy or two. Okay. All right.
Nice. Get loose. Get relaxed.
JD Well, by the way, big classic ham and provolone guy from the Jersey Mike's. Dave, Jersey Mike's Original in Denver. We got, I'm assuming, White Knight. Another Ohio State. Mark going Ohio State. Hello, Jason. Welcome back from Amarillo, Texas.
Amarillo,
Texas, Dan. French dip from Firehouse Subs. And
Nice.
Andrew going Ohio State as well.
Truly, you can shout out anything you want. You want to shout out your 5th grade teacher, Ty? Who was it?
Mr. Ryer.
Yeah, shout out Mrs. Ebner.
We have kickoff. The Skycast I could only describe as being as far back from the action as humanly possible right now. It looks like they're taking a panoramic shot of Jerry World.
Yeah, it's pretty far on this side, too. Are you zooming in? Are we looking at the same shot?
Now it's okay. Now they got that thing cranked up. Whoever's working the joystick's going for it. Okay. All right. Could it be?
Could Cam Williams, by the way, should be back in. Look at these handsome men watching this from the game. Love you both. Love you, Ari.
Is that Ari?
It is Ari. It absolutely is Ari.
All right, Ari. Go watch the game, man. All right, we got a quick pitch out there.
So Cam Williams, starting right tackle, who's been hurt. Very good, but somewhat, and by somewhat I mean very penalty prone.
Yeah.
Is, I think, supposedly back in the lineup. I didn't see him right there.
That was a quick throw out to the right to Juan Davis, 4 yards.
All right. So
Ari says it is him. He just hasn't updated the Google photo. Okay, yeah. Ari. How's the weather down there, man? You make it to the stadium without having to deal with the elements?
Looks icy and miserable. Shout out Mrs. Joyce, by the way, who called Notorious Wojo a mensch at the right age of 10. That just means good guy. That just means good guy.
Did you know what mensch meant at 10?
Ooh.
I know you're a bit of a word. You're not a word nerd, but
a word. I don't know.
A little bit.
Cam Williams is in there, number 56.
We got a 3rd and 2 coming up here. It's a big 3rd down.
I'm not terribly concerned for Texas, on behalf of Texas. Oh, my God. Did you see that?
One-handed catch to Matthew Golden. So it was play action. Texas getting back to its ways with a little bit of misdirection. It was like a play action to the fullback.
Got his hand tangled.
Caught it with his left hand.
Plenty of feet
nice
in.
Play. Nice play from Matthew Golden. Texas has moved the ball now, got a 1st down. Quinn Ewers off to an early 2-2 start.
Tighter sets and around. Oh, nice. Golden's the Houston transfer. He stepped up. He was the one who I think had the huge 4th and 12 catch against Arizona State.
That's right.
All right. Texas putting themselves in nice ahead of the sticks position. 2nd and 4. Staying somewhat tight to the boundary. It's a nice play.
Ball batted down. Had a guy, too. Had a guy over the middle. That was Jack Sawyer who got the tip.
I mean, 3rd and 4. Yeah, I think it's go territory.
I think you have to, yeah.
It's a nice stick from Ohio State.
Yep.
Got to make you half a yard.
Texas ran into that pressure. Ohio State brought some edge pressure there. I think that was Jack Sawyer who came crashing down. Yeah, 33.
It was
4th and 3. You called it, Dan. Texas going to go for it here. Why not?
There it is. Stop for Ohio State.
A big stop.
No
That is
laundry
a
on
big
the
stop.
field. Doesn't make
All
the
right.
call any worse. I don't love the play. I mean, that was just a difficult ask.
That's right. So, by the way, Dan, I do need to add a few new entries to the live betting spreadsheet. We had a Texas touchdown on their first drive at 3-1, which is a loss. However, we got plus odds.
What do we have?
Plus odds. I need to put our stats up on the screen. I apologize. Where are we at here? Here we go.
I didn't hate the second level receiver that was, I don't know, flashing a little bit open there in the outbreaking route.
My apologies for not having the stats up sooner. I got plus odds on an Ohio State punt on their opening drive. Plus 110. That's how good they've been on opening drives so far in the playoff.
That it would be wild.
Yeah, so we are in for a heavier amount than usual. We went a big old 20 spot on an Ohio State punt on their opening drive here. Hopefully, if we get the punt, it funds the rest of the bets for the night because we're not going that heavy.
Plus 110?
Plus 110.
How much did you wager?
$20.
In for $20.
So
Okay.
let's see where things go. But I am in. I don't know what the odds are now. Thank you, Dan.
Yep.
I'm going to take a look to see what we're working with here, and I'm going to keep this at the ready. I had every intention of doing more of this last night during the Notre Dame game, but I got a little bit too in my head with that game, and I wasn't able to pull that off. So. Currently, it's plus 195 on punt for Ohio State.
But that's not what you locked in.
That is not what I locked in. I would have loved to have locked in basically at 2-1, but that's all right. We'll stick with what we got. We're ready in more than we like for these live drive previews or props, excuse me. So,
by the way, we're currently in the midst of like the Goodyear CEO welcoming people to the game, wearing a Q-zip, but not clear if there's anything under it.
Okay. So here's the question that everyone cares about from David.
Ooh, how'd I do?
Last night I was up $35. We finished up $35.
So what are you going to do with all your winnings?
We're going to reinvest them in this one.
All right.
All right, here we go. Ohio State coming out. 3 receivers, 2 and 1. They got Judkins in the backfield, Will Howard in the gun.
It's a nice run.
An opening handoff, a nice stop. Nice open field tackle. But that is a 5-yard gain for Quinshawn Judkins.
Boo-doo-doo. Why are you not playing?
All right. A 2-yard rush for Judkins. That's going to make it 3rd and 3 here on Ohio State's opening drive. Would not hate a quick stop here. Give me that punt. Fun the rest of the night.
How you feeling, Ty? What do you like them to do here? Stay on the ground?
No. That is a first down to Emeka Ibuka.
Not easy, but good.
Yep.
Little pitch and catch.
Only needed to get 3, ended up getting 5. We're already getting close to the go zone, so I'm not feeling good about this punt.
Got play action. Almost picked. First down.
But caught.
But caught.
But caught. That's Carnell Tate.
Yeah.
Carnell Tate caught that ball. It went right through the hands.
Dude, that dude sat. Look at this. Oh, through the gloves.
Right through the mitts.
Look at this. Oh, my God. He got lucky.
Ohio State driving. They've already got the ball on the 38-yard line. In the blink of an eye.
To the end zone. Overthrew him. Where was that throw last week, Will? Where was it?
I love this comment right here. Can't hear Carnell Tate's name without hearing Gus Johnson overly pronunciating it.
Carnell
Tate. Ha ha!
Ha! Damn it, Will Howard.
Got a 2nd and 10 coming up here. 9.5 left first quarter.
I mean, look, we've got hate Ohio State, but love that Jeremiah Smith juice. If Jeremiah Smith just kind of doesn't do it for you, I don't think college football does it for you. Everybody loves Jeremiah Smith. Even Michigan people, wouldn't say they love Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, you don't love him, but
you respect the scariness.
Yeah, you know something good when you see it.
Yeah, that's R.L. Stein.
3rd and 6. Here we go. Ohio State not punting from here. Gonna lose my money. That's okay.
3rd and 6. Downfield. Converted.
Wow. They are just a machine right now, Dan. That's another one to Ibuka.
Middle of the field, somewhat wide open.
There was that Texas zone, Dan. Just kind of went to a spot and sat in the middle.
This is where you need that pass rush, or you need arms up in lanes.
This is what we were talking about on the preview, right?
Yep. Ibuka.
Oh, my God.
So there's a lot of middle of the field in this early Ohio State game plan.
So far. Wow. They are just a buzzsaw right now.
Ryan Day involved in the game plan, not in the game plan, in the play calling. He's got a play sheet in his hands.
Yeah.
Working with Chip, obviously. Oh, and where was that?
Wow. Wow.
An RPO it looked like.
So it was a play action fake of some sort, RPO or not.
That was an RPO. They weren't in pass sets.
Carnell Tate had that one for a touchdown, dropped it. Put it right on the numbers.
Where was this kind of slop?
Well, Howard under center here on 2nd and goal, 7.5 left first quarter. A little bit of motion. Jeremiah Smith, that's a handoff. That's a cutback. That is a touchdown for Quinshawn Judkins. A 9-yard score, 10 plays, 64 yards, 4 minutes, 18 seconds. Ohio State scores in their first friggin' drive again. Unbelievable.
And that's why a punt is plus money.
That's
why Ohio State people should be booking flights to Atlanta.
That is exactly right, man. Wow. They're showing the replay, at least here on my screen. He got in. His knee wasn't down. They just went right down the field and scored.
Indeed.
Wow. Well, so much for trying to hold Ohio State down from the quick start. This is beginning to become more of a trend, is it not?
Yes. And it really wasn't, there wasn't a huge play. There was a nice third down conversion. There was a couple nice runs.
Yeah.
And one excellent run right there for a touchdown.
Yeah. Wow.
By the way, there's a Tim Tebow commercial on right now for, I don't know, AT&T or something. And I just watched this morning what we were talking about, the search for the perfect throwing motion
Yeah.
that Jason Garrett hosted for NFL Films.
How is Garrett on that? Is he good?
He's fine. He's Jason Garrett.
Okay.
He's not surprisingly better, but he's fine. He does a good job.
Right.
He's got sort of a plastic look to him, as I'm sure people who watch Notre Dame games have come to. So, it's just a lot of yeah, totally. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. So they're going through the mechanics of disassociating shoulder and hip and how, it's much more about body weight transfer than having a big, strong arm because you're just able to generate more efficient power, blah, blah, blah. And then they showed something and then if you're opening up your torso before you're throwing it, you're just going to wobble and you're going to get bad throws and you're not going to be accurate and you're just going to be all over the place. And it's just mechanically so unsound to open up as you're throwing. And as they're saying those things, it's just shot after shot after shot of Tim Tebow throwing terribly. It could have been anybody, but they were here's Tim Tebow with the Broncos throwing terribly. Here's Tim Tebow with the Jets throwing terribly. There were 3 throws of
Tebow catching strays, man.
And I was like, oh man, these weren't accidental shots. The conclusion was the most mechanically sound modern throwing motion.
Can I take a guess? Can I take a guess?
Yeah. Who has the most efficient modern NFL quarterback throwing motion in terms of transfer, not a long windup, quick release, that kind of thing?
Aaron Rodgers.
Nope. Aaron Rodgers was the basis for this documentary, something he said about transferring weight. But Tom House, the throwing coach for both baseball players and football players, he said the most efficient baseball thrower ever, or in the modern era, is Greg Maddux. And the closest NFL quarterback comparison that you couldn't even see a difference because he has these waveforms and stuff. Drew Brees.
Oh, okay.
It was just tight, efficient, no wasted motion.
Yeah.
Drew Brees was that guy.
I believe that. That makes sense.
It's a really cool. It was 20 minutes long. I recommend it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you said that to me yesterday. I'd like to check that out.
I think the whole thing is on YouTube if anybody is interested.
Yeah.
But a good little dorky deep dive.
Have you figured out how to translate all of that knowledge now into your tennis serve?
I've been YouTubing today, tennis biomechanics. Yeah.
Of course you have.
Ground force, Ty?
Yeah.
Ground force is applicable to everything. Golf, tennis, track and field.
You sent me that Ben Shelton clip.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't fully know what I was looking at, but I did see it in slow motion. Definitely a lot of ground force going on there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's bombing it 150 miles an hour. All right. Texas ball, touchback.
Texas ball, touchback. They've got an uphill climb in front of them.
Only thing I don't want to see is panic.
Don't panic. No panic.
It's a long game. Dan hits bombs like John Isner. Man, not me.
Wasn't John Isner 6'9"?
Still is, yeah.
Big
yeah,
dude.
6'9", 6'10". There's a few of those bombers. They're called serve bots. That's the tennis nickname.
All right, let's see what Texas has in store.
Not a great start.
No.
Looks like a coverage sack to me.
Ohio State, I believe, brought Caleb Downs.
Oh, did they? Let's take a look.
From the left side.
That's what they did.
Brought Caleb Downs, sort of forced Quinn on the inside, and that was a sack by JT Tuimoloau.
It's a nice play call. I like that. Get back in rhythm. First down, Texas. Still using the Bab a lot. Open to a new racket that may not be as stiff. Maybe an E-zone. I don't know. We'll see. E-zones are pretty stiff as well.
Help me pronounce JT's last name.
JT Tuimoloau.
Tuimoloau.
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
There we go. Oh, okay. A little bit of a shoestring tackle. Just a quick pitch out. That was to Ryan Wingo.
Freshman.
Impact
freshman. The end around, yeah. That's a nice run.
Caleb Downs saved a potential touchdown there. Ever so slightly, just caught his heel.
There was nothing there, even if that was completed.
No. So this is something Texas likes to do a lot of. You see that orbit, they call it orbit motion, when they bring a guy from all the way across the formation back behind the quarterback, the running back. They use it a lot for misdirection. This will not be the last you see of it. We saw it, I think, twice on that first drive already. They love doing these misdirection plays, trying to get matchups. Hasn't really worked so far, but we'll see.
All right, they're running. They're hitting that edge.
It's about to be, what, 3rd and about 5-ish? That was a run by Jaden Blue. 3rd and 6 now.
3rd and 6. I don't hate this drive. Looks like Ohio State's showing a little bit of pressure. Ohio State. Oh, we got some movement.
Yep.
Yes, we do. 3rd and 11.
56 on Texas jumped. It's just like that. It's 3rd and 11.
There you go. Cam Williams.
Texas moves the ball back now to the 44-yard line via...
Still showing 6 guys at the line. Jumped out. You were just walking into danger.
Nobody is open.
Second time this drive.
He has nobody open, Dan.
I know, but...
He has nobody down the field is open.
Well, I'm just saying there was nowhere to really step into. There was no pocket to step into.
No.
The pocket had collapsed, and if anything, he should have rolled out. Look at this. Yeah.
He had a guy underneath for about a 5-yard gain.
Was this Bond?
I didn't see the number. Whoever was split out wide left.
Yeah, just sitting in there. That wouldn't have done anything.
No. I think Ohio State's content to take that.
Of course.
Or let them take that.
All right, so we got our punt. First punt of the game.
How are we feeling about an Ohio State score here?
So about a 92-yard drive?
Yeah.
Can't say I hate it. What kind of number you getting?
I'm going Ohio State punt.
Why is that?
Even money.
Okay.
Just because it's a long drive. It's a long drive. You got to get, 60 yards to not punt? 55 yards to not punt?
Okay.
So we're going to go in on a Texas punt. For those new listeners, I'm going to give this another shout out. If you want to chat with our Verballerhood, I opened up a bunch of channels in the Solid Verbal Discord.
Oh, nice.
Just go to that URL, solidverbal.com/Discord. Join in the festivities with our community. All right.
You know, sometimes I put weird pictures of Ty in our Discord.
That's great.
And I don't put anywhere else.
I love that. Love that.
You're super into it. You keep telling me.
It's an added perk for people who are loyal
people are saying
subscribers of the show.
I think I exported today's halftime image. I did. All right, let me add it into the system. This is what it is, Ty. It's Antonio Banderas. I'm pretty happy with it.
I don't think I could grow my hair out like that.
There's only one way to find out, Ty.
During the pandemic, I was getting close.
It was getting out there, man.
It was getting out there. I should see if I can find that photo. I have it somewhere.
I think you look great.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, I'm adding a couple touches to the halftime image.
Let us know where you're watching from. If you're new, we've got more people tuning in. It will continue to be more people tuning in, more and more people tuning in over the course of the next, 2.5 hours or so, whether you're watching out on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter X, or on TikTok. Give us a shout in the chat. Let us know what's going on wherever it is you are watching us today. I've got the super zoomed out from the roof view right now.
Got a pistol look. Nice little Jeremiah Smith. Should have been a 2-yard loss, was a 3-yard gain.
Should have been a 2-yard loss. That is Jeremiah Smith's first catch of the day, second target of the day. There will be more, I promise you.
All right.
2nd and 7.
Well, Dinky and Dunky.
Right over the middle to Carnell Tate for a 13-yard gain. Again, just like we saw in that first drive, a big old pocket right in the middle of the zone.
Middle.
Just hanging out right in the middle of the zone.
All right. Under center. Some more play action. Oh, good coverage downfield. Nothing doing for a scramble. A gain of about 1.5. All right. Texas, even though they're down, even though they haven't scored, they feel ahead of where Oregon was at this point. Oregon got to score on the second drive.
We're just going to use Oregon as our measuring stick here.
Yeah, of course. That was the previous game they played. They struggled a lot with Oregon early on.
2nd and 8 incoming here.
Keeping things somewhat tight to the field. It's a nice run. Got that edge. Very patient run from Trey Henderson.
Perhaps a bit of a patient hold on, let's see.
On Judkins? Or on G. Scott?
Yeah.
I thought that was somewhat clean. They were holding each other. They were all over.
Were they? I can't. I have like
Look,
the post.
Here it is. Here it is. I think they're fine. If anything, the Texas guy had more of
no. Okay.
I
couldn't see it. They gave me like a little postage stamp window here on the Skycast. No, that was nice. Nice run. Okay.
That's a nice catch from G. Scott.
Oh, man.
Middle of 3 dudes.
Dan, they got to show that again from behind. They got to show that from the behind view. I don't know how he fit that in. I thought
he threw to a spot. He didn't throw to the guy.
I know.
Look at this.
There are 1, 2, 3 guys converging.
Yes.
That is a risky throw. Oh, my God.
To Anthony Hill, the middle linebacker. Yep.
That was a really, really nice ball from Will Howard.
He threw that to air. And G. Scott occupied that air at
the
right moment. Yeah.
No, he had to.
It's like one of those Kellen Moore throws.
Yeah.
Where you see the ball and you're like, wait, where is that? Oh, there's the guy appearing.
That's right. We got a flag here. Colin Simmons on the tackle. They threw a flag. might go against Ohio State here. At least that's the direction the Texas players were pointing.
All right. 15 yards. Trey Henderson back in his team. What happened here? Got in somebody's face? Oh, yep.
Yeah, a little bit of a love tap, right?
Right on the face mask, right in
Trey
front of the ref.
Henderson.
Hard to do that right in front.
About to be 2nd and 24. It's about to be 2nd and 24 here. Still hope for my punt. We need a few more of those on sportsmanlike calls.
Not being tricked at all there.
Nope.
On the keep.
I don't like that play. Which, of course, is splitting hairs because you like all the other Ohio State plays with how they've been on offense.
By the way, that was just a bad read. The end stayed home.
Tried a little bit of like a pistol read option from Will Howard, which I don't hate generally. I just don't like it on 2nd and 24.
It was just a bad read. It should have just
bad read.
It. Yeah.
Bad read. All right, 3rd and 26, Dan.
Did you get in on punt?
I did get in on punt.
What was the number?
Even money.
Doesn't look good.
All right, let's get a punt here. I got to believe they're going to punt here, right? They're not going to go for it on...
No, they're going to punt.
3rd and 17 or whatever. So I think I'm going to cash.
Honestly, as good a first quarter defensively as you could have hoped for, given the
I think so.
circumstances for Texas.
I think so. I mean, something you said just as we came on air tonight, your estimation of things is that Texas needs to make Ohio State drive. Got to make them march, right? Can't just hand them free points the way we've seen a couple times now in the playoffs.
Make them march.
Make them march. See if you can force a mistake, that type of thing. 7-zip.
Might find this Skycast. See how I like that. I enjoy a good field view.
Yeah, John chiming in saying he's hooked on the Skycast.
Is that the field pass with Pat McAfee?
No.
I'm seeing there's Skycast, ESPN.
Skycast,
okay.
Yeah. So it's hit or miss, okay? It's not quite all 22.
Okay.
You get the behind the quarterback view.
It's the wire view. It's not.
It's the spider cam.
Right. It's not the top of the stadium view.
And you have a good chance to figure out, what kind of defense is Ohio State playing.
All right. What is your view right now, Ty?
What is what?
What is your view on what we've seen transpire so far?
I mean, Ohio State's just been a buzzsaw on offense.
Yeah.
Been a buzzsaw. Granted, Texas stopped them there, but their ability to start quickly, it has put all their opponents in a box pretty much right out of the chute. And that's a tough place to be. Tough place to be. You don't want to play from behind if you don't have to.
No.
Against anyone, let alone a team like Ohio State that just keeps coming at you.
I mean, I think you got to keep getting the ball out of Quinn Ewers' hands immediately. It seems that as soon as he has to take an extra beat to find where receivers are breaking or to find where safeties are, that's when he's like shutting down a little bit. The robot is shutting down, and I just want you to give him easy, quick decisions.
Yeah.
And basically run an offense that you feel like is setting up something popped downfield.
Yeah.
And give him that one read for when it is that time. But right now, just get it to whoever, Matthew Golden, to Ryan Wingo, whatever. Just keep trying to sort of discover grass with them or turf.
Yeah, I like some of what they did early, which was quick stuff out to the edge.
Yeah.
quick stuff out to the edge, Ryan Wingo, whoever. Just get those guys in space and force Ohio State to make tackles.
Definitely.
We're going to get a punt here.
All right, I got the Skycast going.
Start chipping away at our losses thus far.
You see Dan Orlovsky called Al Golden the best defensive coordinator in college football?
Did he?
He did. He did a breakdown of the Aller interception.
Did you see that play?
I might be behind you. I'm seeing a punt.
Oh, you're well behind.
I'm seeing a return. I'm seeing a really nice return and the ball out and got lucky.
You might want a 2X it here to get.
2Xing right now.
Wow. So that was Silas Bolden.
Oregon State transfer. Yep.
Who returned the punt from the Texas 10-yard line. Didn't call a fair catch. Got it up to the Texas 25, so no harm, no foul, but did lose possession of the ball for a hot minute.
It's a nice recovery, but loss of a 1 or 2 right there.
Yeah.
Is that Quintravion Wisner? Yeah.
Kind of ran right into Ohio State pressure there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
2-yard loss. It's 2nd and 11.
Yep.
Okay.
Get it out quick. All right, there's your pump and go. Pump and come back. It's fine. Great. 3rd manageable.
Flag came in at the end. Are we going to get a hold?
This is a very eerie because you don't have Fowler and Herbstreit.
You don't have Fowler and Herbie. You have the stadium announcer telling you what's happening.
All right, I might go back. Oh, face mask on the offense?
That is a face mask on Matthew Golden.
Blocking?
On the block. It's going to back Texas up now to 3rd and 21. I'm seeing the replay on my side.
As am I.
Just sort of got caught up in it. Didn't look like it was super intentional, but what are you going to do? We've got a long one here for Texas.
Yep.
So a little underneath route to DeAndre Moore Jr.
Do we have a recent example of Texas football starting very slow and picking up offensive momentum as the game wore on successfully? Do we have that data?
A recent example?
This year or last year? I'm looking at this year's schedule.
Definitely bringing heat here, Dan. No.
And it's fumble, and it is Texas recovers.
Wow.
I'm not seeing an example necessarily.
Wow.
I'm seeing a lot of fast starts. Who came up with that one? Is that safety?
I believe so, yes.
No, I think it's a line. Yeah, it was Styles, safety, linebacker.
Let's see if I can get in on a...
Caleb Downs, nothing doing.
We're in for Ohio State touchdown on this drive, Dan.
How closely are you watching Quinn Ewers for next year for Notre Dame? Not joking.
I don't know. Can he beat out Steve Angeli?
Well, I don't know what's going on with CJ Carr. It sounds like he's got some sort of injury that's worse than it originally seemed or something.
I think he's fine.
Okay.
I have not seen that.
Or maybe North Carolina fans should be watching Quinn Ewers. I don't know.
Was it the rumor USC?
I had heard Big Ten, and that was the one that made the most sense.
Carson Beck is back at it, man.
He's in Miami.
$4 million came out of the draft, now going to Miami.
I think that was a really smart move, though.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Given the elbow situation.
Oh my God!
He might not have gotten drafted, or might have been a third-day pick.
The only reason why it sort of makes sense is because this is a very thin quarterback draft.
I hear you.
This year, but given his injury, given the type of injury that is, you sort of need to prove it that you can go out there and throw again after a UCL injury.
That's Tommy John?
It could be Tommy John.
Oh,
it doesn't have to be Tommy John.
Okay. But was it for Carson Beck? I don't expect you to know this.
I don't think it was Tommy John surgery.
Well, we can agree that it was Dr. Neil L. Atrache.
Of course
Los
it
Angeles,
was.
California, yeah.
Our favorite orthopedic here on the show. No offense to Dr. Keith, who listens down in North Carolina, but
okay.
Got to stay true to our roots, you know. It does kind of suck for Quinn, though. It sucks because if he had, and this isn't to say he had a bad year, but if he had a better year,
yeah,
if he didn't get hurt, if there weren't some of these lingering questions about him in big games and whatnot, right? We've all asked the same questions at this point.
Mm-hmm.
If not for all of that, there's a pretty good chance he's the first quarterback off the board.
See, I don't think it was a good year, nor was it a bad year for Quinn Ewers. I thought it was another year for Quinn Ewers. I don't know. He is what he is. Schefter reporting Ewers to NFL after this season, per Flatiron Steak. So a cut of beef is reporting on the future of the Texas quarterback, which actually makes sense, all things considered.
It does. It does. Flatiron Steak, how do you like your Flatiron Steak?
Me?
No, I'm asking Flatiron Steak. Not
you.
How do you like yours?
Yeah.
How do you like yours? I usually am medium well, depending on
I don't go well. I'm medium. I like a pink steak.
I'm usually medium.
Okay. Now, do we have, this is just a friendly bet right here between me and you.
Yeah.
Do we have a 20-yard pass to Jeremiah Smith, 20-yard plus drive on this drive?
A 20-yard pass or a 20-yard drive?
20-yard plus catch for Jeremiah Smith on this drive.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
So far, Texas does seem content to let Ohio State try to nickel and dime them.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you watch, I don't know if you're still watching the Skycast, Dan, but the more you watch from this view, the more you see that there's just not a lot deep. They're giving them the underneath stuff.
No, I have a better secondary than what I think Oregon and Tennessee offered up.
They're just letting them take their
long drives.
Yep.
I mean, it's as true for Ohio State as it is for any team. You make a team successfully convert 10, 12 plays, they're bound to punch a Texas offensive lineman in the face mask and lose 15 yards. That's right. There are more opportunities
That's right.
for a boneheaded thing to happen.
Yeah.
Very little in the way of a pass rush, but enough there in the middle.
Here we go. That was pressure from number 15, Bill Norton.
I think he's an Arizona transfer, I believe.
Who got the hurry on Will Howard.
He may have been Georgia to Arizona to Texas. Because I remember loving that name, Bill Norton, CPA.
So I don't know if they're talking about this on the broadcast, but they're showing it on the Skycast. Will Howard has a gigantic knot on his left hand.
Yeah, they just showed it. Yeah. Not his throwing hand.
Not his throwing hand.
Oh, we might have a hold there on the edge.
That is most certainly a hold. It was a quick sort of bubble screen or something to the perimeter. to Jeremiah Smith, and we definitely had a hold there. That was against Emeka Ibuka. 10-yard hold. That's going to be 2nd and 20, I believe.
Just sent you a shot of my parents' view.
Jesus.
Of fires. It's wild out there, man.
Oh, my gosh.
Anybody watching from LA? Hoping and thinking of you.
That's scary. Oh, my gosh.
All right. 2nd and 20.
2nd and 20. About 11 minutes left, second quarter.
They're making Howard think, and that was a good thought from Will Howard, to be fair. But they are making him think.
Underneath, right?
Yep.
Underneath. Texas does not want to get beat deep. They are allowing a lot of underneath stuff so far.
By the way, we've got Matthew Golden headed to the locker room.
Oh, geez. Okay. That'd be a big loss.
Here's an interesting thought. Arch is going to come in.
We had that funny prop on our bingo card, did we not? Over under 1.5 snaps for Arch.
Yeah.
3rd and 8 here. Is a big 3rd and 8 for Texas. I think it's too early to call for Arch, but Quinn's got to be a little bit quicker to process.
Another drop.
Even that was a hell of a throw. Did you see that?
Great throw.
It is actually
everything I want
throw.
Out of a throw.
That is a great throw. He put that about as accurately as you could expect.
So the right tackle got beat, but Simmons slipped.
Yep.
It's a really good throw, but that's a tough catch.
It's a really tough catch. But I think the fact that he's willing to make that throw and the fact that he's putting it accurately where it needs to go speaks a lot to how confident he is right now. You don't make a throw like that unless you're confident.
Maybe a little bit of clenching for Ohio State people. We're sitting here talking about Texas a lot.
Yeah. I lost another bet.
It's a nice punt. Down inside the 10.
All right, Texas, let's see what you're made of here. Just under 10 minutes now, second quarter. Still 7-0. Defense standing pat. Not doing poorly by any stretch.
No.
Texas has to get something going now with their offense.
How are you going to feel about Ryan Day coaching the Giants?
Oh, no. God. Oh, my God.
This year? Wasn't there Brian Dable confidence? He's back, right?
Brian Dable, Joe Shane are both back, yeah.
3-14? Is that what they did?
I guess. It doesn't matter.
I'm honestly asking. I thought maybe 4-13? Something in there.
No, they won 3 games this year.
3 games.
3 very important games this year.
All right.
That's
we going to win
too
some
many.
money here? John wants to know.
You need me to win some money. I mean, I would bet Texas punt.
Ty's got a nasty IPA habit.
All right, I'll go in.
He likes the good stuff.
What the hell? Punt is minus 180. Let's go turnover on downs or a safety. 5.5 to 1. Why not?
All right. Minus 180, you said?
No. I got a turnover on downs, or a safety.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. Yeah, okay.
Plus 550.
Current tie bet.
Yeah.
Texas. Turnover. Downs, or what? Safety?
Or a safety.
Plus
550.
550. How many dollars?
We're throttling back here because we lost the first couple, so we're back down to $5 here.
In for $5.
I am just working from the pot of money that I. Thank you, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
I am just working from the pot of money that I won.
Of course.
Through the first 2 games of doing this. So we're playing with house money. Benny wants to know, why does it seem that the live stream is behind the game?
Is it? I'll hit 2x speed again.
Yeah, I mean it comes
It might
through a
depend on your
delay.
cable provider. Yeah.
It's also you're also going to get us on a delay if you're watching through YouTube. There's kind of no way around that. So,
Got a new track, by the way, for halftime.
oh, do you? Oh, it's a little Texas in that.
A little Texas texture.
A little twang.
I like it. Feel good about it.
I feel like McConaughey is going to pop out.
I do have, well, you know what? I'm not going to spoil the surprise.
Okay. I presume McConaughey is there somewhere with the jacket, right?
I haven't seen a shot of him.
No, he's got to be there. It's in
I
Texas.
assume so.
Unless he's on like a shoot or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he even doing movies these days? What's he doing?
I have no idea.
Nice run. Nice run. Is that Wisner? Quintravion Wisner. Nice 7-yard run up the gut. Texas playing a little bit of tempo here. And rather than try to spread out Ohio State.
There's your first down.
Okay.
Here is Ty Sarkeesian, by the way. There's Ty Sarkeesian. Yep.
Man. They got to start charging you for that website.
I know. I'm getting so much free goods.
You just keep sending me these face mashes.
Oh, downfield. Ooh, big hit. Oh, my God. He didn't come down with it.
Didn't come down with it. So the pass
Clean.
was intended
Clean
for
hit.
Gunnar Helm. He caught it at first.
It's just a bad throw. I think he just hit him in his shoulder.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It was a good good hit
Yeah,
from
just
Styles.
Forearm to the shoulder.
Yep, that was clean. Throw was a little high.
Now,
Gunnar Helm had to leave his feet.
That was just a bad throw.
It was a bad throw. It wasn't targeting. That was not targeting. 2nd and 10.
I don't know how Texas fans can be upset. That was very clear.
Yeah. Yeah, you got him on the shoulder pad. All right. 2nd and 10 coming up here. Benny says it's awesome. Thank you, Benny. It is awesome to have you here. Appreciate it.
How's it going, Benny?
Having some clock trouble here. They've been trying for about 30 seconds to change the game clock to 8:45. There we go. Added 10 more seconds in. It's about to be 2nd and 10. Texas from their own 20.
It's a nice stick.
It was a quick throw.
Hancock.
Out to the left to DeAndre Moore Jr. And
Oh,
yeah,
wait,
a very, very nice stick.
Matthew McConaughey. I like that one a lot.
It's pretty good.
That one's pretty clean.
That's not bad, yeah.
All right, so we got 3rd and 6 coming up here.
We got 3rd and 6. There is
Was that
some
JT
sort of
Tuamalu
stoppage.
that's down?
I
Been looked at? Ooh, holding his like ankle Achilles area.
yeah.
Ah! I woke up feeling the cheesiest, Ty. It's a dumb Allstate commercial. Did you see that Greg McElroy was getting flack for the exact thing we talked about at the end of the game last night?
About talking about you don't want them to score too quickly when there are
Can't give
28
them
seconds
too much
left.
time on the Penn State 40 or 37 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Can't score a touchdown too quick. Greg, take it easy. They're just trying their best to do anything here.
Penn State didn't even target a wide receiver in that game.
Right. And then they're going to drive the field in 29 seconds or whatever. I loved it.
You watching the playoffs this weekend?
Chargers. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely watching the Chargers Saturday.
Adopted team.
Did you pick a team? Eagles?
No. I don't know.
I know you root for Saquon, but you're not.
I'm rooting for Josh Allen, actually. And the Bills.
Josh Allen. Why Josh Allen?
I like him.
Oh, okay, cool. Who do they have? They have the Broncos, Bo Nix and the Broncos?
I have no idea who they play.
I think they have Bo
I
Nix.
have no idea. I need to really acquaint myself with this.
Ty, I got you. You ready?
Okay.
This weekend's NFL matchups. Chargers, Houston, 3:30 Eastern.
Okay.
Excuse me, 3:30 Central, I think.
Central, yeah.
Pittsburgh at Baltimore. That would be 8 Eastern, 7 Central. That's Prime Video.
What's the spread on that?
Baltimore's 9.5-point favorites.
Oh, go heavy Baltimore.
Buffalo.
Heavy Baltimore.
Buffalo also 9.5-point favorites hosting Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
Philly 5.5-point favorites hosting Green Bay.
Mm.
Tampa and Bucky Irving, your number one NFL rookie running back. Tampa is 3-point favorites over Jaden Daniels in Washington. And then the Rams at home are home dogs to the Vikings.
Okay.
3 points. Minnesota's favored by in LA.
And I believe, aren't they playing that LA game elsewhere?
Oh, are they?
I think they moved it.
Where do they pivot it to?
I'm not sure exactly, but I'm pretty sure they moved it.
You're a really good some details kind of guy.
Listen,
they moved it to Arizona.
Yeah, see, I told you.
Yeah.
That would be my assumption, but I'm...
Some details, Hildenbrandt.
Yeah.
So no home field advantage, which
I am very good at that. I'll see a part of something and retain it, but won't be able to give you meaningful details. We got more orbit motion and a really bad throw from Quinn.
I think he might have wanted back shoulder or something, maybe.
That was for Ryan Wingo.
Ooh. Got away with a
little bit of a hold there.
A fistful of jersey.
Yeah.
Ty Trash Can Pasta wants to know, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. I woke up, I rewatched the game from last night because we're going to record our recap pod. And so I just wanted to jot down some notes and some feelings, and that looks like a bad punt. No, it came back. Okay. I feel pretty good. And I am, I guess, not fully surprised, but it is not lost on me how my Notre Dame fandom came back to me in the middle of that game yesterday. I was trying to play it as down the middle as I could, but I couldn't hide it. I couldn't hide it from Dan. I couldn't hide it from the people watching. It was tough for me to hide that. So
they showed the hit, by the way, on Will Howard's hand. Took a helmet to the hand.
Oof.
So he's got a big old knob on the back of his hand. Oh, man. Woo! That's like a golf ball jutting out of his hand. Yeah.
It's huge. By the way, Dan Juan says he's in the West Adams area.
Oh, Mid-City. Yep.
Stay safe out there, man. All right, a run
not
up
a lot
gut.
of brush around there. So that's good.
Trey Henderson run right up the gut.
Oh, I don't know how Texas fans deal with watching yours all year. All been there. You're sort of stuck with the situation. Though, here, at what point, because Sark did make that move to Arch in that Georgia game, when they were doing nothing, I think that first Georgia matchup might have been near halftime. Texas goes scoreless in the first half. Does Arch come out? Second half? Do we think that
do you feel like Quinn's been the problem though? Has he been the reason?
He's just hesitant when his first read isn't there. He threw it high on the Gunnar Helm throw. Not his fault, obviously. Ryan Wingo was held that last play.
Like I don't know if I would pin it all on Quinn to the point that I'd want to pull him for any specific thing. Now, Maybe you want to try and bring in a more mobile quarterback. Maybe you want to throw some run sets at Ohio State, see what happens.
Right.
If JT is out for any period of time, he's limping on the sidelines now. Does that change, how you approach the running game or something? Then maybe there's a case for Quinn Ewers to be benched, at least temporarily for Arch. But I don't know.
We got a flag. Got a hold again. Got a text from Jeff Schwartz. Did Ohio State use all of their passing plays against Oregon and they're just out? They just ran out.
I'd be curious to know from our Ohio State people.
Yeah. How you feeling?
In the chat, I'd be curious to know from the Ohio State brethren what the vibe is like right now. How do you feel?
Let's see number 70. Yeah, he just sort of tackles him.
Yep. Obviously, there's a lot of game left, but still only 7-zip.
By the way, if there's anybody watching this feels like Ty would be a good face swapper with fame-wise.
No. Don't encourage him.
That just has
encourage him.
Darker complected features.
2nd and 20.
There's G. Scott. A little bit.
More underneath stuff.
Ohio State guy here feeling good, according to Joe Pa's hearing aids. I love the serious thought matched with the jokey handle. Always appreciate that.
See, people are giving you ideas now for the face swap.
Are they? Batman, Nick Cage, Chalamet. Everybody looks good as Chalamet.
Sure.
Tony Curtis. I like that.
Kyle Chandler from Friday Night Lights.
Oh.
Sydney Sweeney. You've already done the Sydney Sweeney one.
I've done the Sydney Sweeney. It made me uncomfortable in good and bad ways, so I can never show the public. I did Tylee Eilish.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Joaquin Phoenix. That's not a bad one.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Here you are as 80s heartthrob Richard Grieco. And I gotta say, Ty, you look great.
Thank you.
Never look better.
Have you swapped me with Ryan Day yet?
I tried. I couldn't get a good picture.
Couldn't get a good one? Okay.
It's sometimes when you have facial hair, I tried to swap you with both McConaughey and the Bucknut, the guy with the shaved head.
Yeah.
But the paint messed it up.
Okay. 3rd and 18, by the way.
Yeah.
Ticking down towards 6 minutes left in the first half. 7-zip.
Okay.
See what Ohio State dials up here.
I think he got his toes in.
Got his toes in, but he is short of the
Not gonna be
sticks.
enough.
Another one to Carnell Tate. Carnell Tate has been busy. Thus far, he has been the most targeted receiver for Ohio State. This after, I guess, a relatively quiet first 2 rounds.
But we got a lot of people requesting Stamos, and boy, do I have good news for you. Saban, Jason Momoa. I got a good one for you, Ty, on this. I'll show it after this punt.
Okay.
This is one that you would not have even thought for me to do.
Right.
All right. So 14, 15-yard line. Texas takes over 5 minutes before the half. Pretty happy this game didn't kick off late afternoon, so we get that weird glare.
That's right.
Glary world, as it were.
Right. Glary world.
Here's Ty as in the gym, sweaty Chris Fowler.
Oh my God.
This plays well with this matchup tonight.
They're playing like Sky Rizzy commercials, and you're showing me as jacked Chris Fowler.
5 Jack Ty Fowlers. Exactly right. Ooh, Pirates Johnny Depp. But you got facial hair with that, right?
Yeah.
Johnny Depp Pirates. Let's see what I can do. No promises. I'm pretty fast with this.
We got 1 million likes coming in on TikTok as you are posting these stupid images.
Is that true?
Yes,
Oh, you never should have told me that.
I'm watching the live chat. If you're watching out on TikTok, give us a holler in the chat. We'll give you a shout out. It's the only platform. It's the only platform that we can broadcast to where the comments don't come through on like our common dashboard here. We see all the other comments from all of the other platforms, all the other.
We see
4.
you. Ty sees you.
I see you. I see you. Nathan says, keep them coming. Hello, Nathan. Thank you for watching. Let us know your hometown. Want to know the hometown watching out on TikTok. If you're watching on TikTok, hit us up in the chat. We'll give you a shout out. Absolutely.
See, as you take a look, the problem is you can't fully, like the hairline's a little bit weird.
It looks like Captain Jack Sparrow is like hatching out of some sort of like outer skin or something. That is weird.
Correct.
I don't like that. Dustin's in Dublin, Georgia, watching out on TikTok. Thank you, Dustin.
Got a bunch of Barstool guys on a Game Time ad.
Okay.
Taylor Lewan. Okay. Good for them. I'm looking at the suggestions. I like the quad father, but with Ty as the quads. That's very specific.
Will it let you do that? Probably not.
The thing that's disappointing to me is, I could take the picture, but all of the pictures, like the well-lit pictures and everything I have, I'm wearing glasses, and glasses sort of fudges.
Oh, yeah.
That makes it a little tricky.
We have Lolo chiming in, by the way, on TikTok saying they want to see a Ryan Day face.
Okay,
match.
I'm going to try to find a good image. Ryan Day, Ohio State. Let's see if I can get a good high-res image. It's the facial hair, once again.
Yeah.
That makes it a little bit screwy.
Ryan Russillo. Don't do Ryan Russillo. I don't want to be Ryan Russillo. By the way, big shout out to Matt. Sent us a $20 super chat.
What aren't we giving you?
Thank you, Matt.
With this
that is
broadcast.
very, very generous of you. Certainly not required, but thank you for your support. It helps.
I dare you, ESPN, to now take a picture of Ty and put Chris Fowler's face on it. I dare you.
All right. Texas with the ball. A quick throw out to the left. That is a completion to Isaiah Bond.
I will face up swap Ty with anybody for $5 because Ty's losing money out here and we need to fund this. Oh, I got a good one. Okay, I'm happy with this one now. All right, here we go. Second and short.
Inside 5 minutes here, first half.
Nice clean box. I like this play a lot. It only went for a yard more than they needed, but you know what? Keep chains moving.
The one thing you notice a lot from this view, Ohio State does not over pursue anybody.
No, you are in every inch.
They are not caught leaning ever, and they just fill up these lanes. They're very, very sound.
See this 3 high look? They're daring you to throw.
They are. Caleb Downs sort of roaming the middle of the field.
Look, if they can get 5-6 yards on first down, consider that a win.
Yep.
But yeah, you know who definitely has to be happy so far? Ty and Day. Ty and Day.
That actually looks pretty good.
It was pretty good.
It actually was really good.
Yeah, they did a good job. He's got time. All right. We've got an attempt and an overthrow. We've got complaints. Let's see what we have here. Not that it matters. There's nothing on the field.
DeAndre Moore Jr., again, the intended target.
Mm-hmm.
He has by far been the most targeted Texas receiver in this game thus far. The next closest is Ryan Wingo with 2 looks. DeAndre Moore is 5 or 6 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
3rd and 5 coming up for the Texas Longhorns.
Clean pocket, pitch, and a drop.
Wow.
That's not on Quinn Ewers.
Threw it a little bit behind him, right?
Yeah.
That was for Isaiah Bond. A little bit behind him, but that needs to be caught. That needs to be caught.
That's on him. That's on his neck. Look at this.
Robert chiming in out on TikTok that I'm twice the man Ryan Day is.
Wow.
Nathan saying, would Tyan Day be able to beat Michigan? TBD. TBD, Nathan. Trash Can Pasta, great name.
Of course.
Tyan Day would be running for local mayor.
I like that.
It's possible. So Chaka wants to know if there are any odds on Arch coming in. I believe in some states you can get actual player props.
But not in PA?
For college, but I can't get them here in PA. Ohio State's going to have the ball now. About 3.5 minutes left from their own 27-ish. See if they can get some points here. They will get the ball to start the second half.
So very nice middle eight opportunity.
Yep.
You like Jeff Goldblum?
I do.
I'm a Goldblum fan. I think he's a Pittsburgh guy.
He is a Pittsburgh guy. All the greats are from PA. You knew that.
I do know that.
Yeah.
T. Swift and Goldblum. You don't need more.
You got Shane Gillis.
Get more.
You got Shane Gillis now.
Yeah. Mr. Notre Dame. Ooh. Dangerous moment there. And speaking of dangerous, here's sexy Jeff Goldblum, but with Ty's face. I feel like these face swaps are you with
oh no,
Lucille Bluth and is it Bob Loblaw? No, he was the lawyer. Who was the always the surprising, hilarious that Lucille would always crack up at? Martin Mull, whatever that character's name was. Sexy Ty Goldblum.
3rd and 10.
And they get to him.
Down goes Howard.
Gene
2.5
Parmesan.
left.
Thank you, Chick. And Pumpkin. Gene Parmesan.
Ticking down towards the 2-minute warning. I still call it the 2-minute warning. That's what I prefer. It's my preferred nomenclature.
Wow, he had him. Right up the seam.
Yep.
Because, yeah, they're running. I mean, they're running too high. Middle of the field is there if you can figure out the timing.
Yep.
They're playing middle of the field open coverage. But
that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Ohio State's going to punt here. Sure, now they punt.
Now they punt.
I haven't been betting. The next time I bet, that's when it's going to come back to bite me. I wish I could bet on like a punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll let me bet on that, but.
All right. What do I want here? I want to see Ohio State. I mean, they haven't taken a single shot yet. Really?
No. Well, nothing's been there, though.
They threw to the end zone from about 30 yards out, and that was the lone shot.
That was about it.
I mean, we had a drop. I don't know if it was a drop. It was an overthrow, I think, in that moment.
Yeah. I mean, Texas has played the style of defense that we previewed. They've done that to a T.
Mm-hmm.
So at least that side of our breakdown was accurate.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing exactly what they, on paper, look to do in a game like this. And they're trying to keep everything underneath. Everything's been underneath. They haven't really gotten burnt for anything in the receiving game. A 19-yarder to Carnell Tate was the longest one. I think that was a run. So, I think the defense on the Texas side is doing its part. The offense, though, just is having a real hard time getting anything going. Can't get the ground game super functional. Quinn Ewers has definitely been tentative. There hasn't been a whole lot open. So I think that's kind of the one thing I would say.
True.
For some of the folks who have talked about Arch, like I get the appeal. I'm just not so sure
how much is there. Yeah.
We're going to see much different if you put Arch in. Now, if you bring somebody in who's a little fleeter of foot, if you can move the pocket, if you can start doing, some different looks, keep that line a little bit more, a little bit less inclined to automatically bring pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you spring something, but man, I don't know.
So I've got an updated face swap for you.
Oh, terrific.
So I put in here, let me get it all set. This is one that went wrong.
Oh no.
So I was like, all right, what's a good movie actor?
Sure.
All right, a character from a movie. All right, they're showing a recap of Trey Anderson knocking the defensive lineman.
2-minute timeout.
I was like, you know what? What about Ty as Dirk Diggler? So I put in Dirk Diggler, and it spit back out Dirk Diggler. Here's the punt. But the AI was like, we've got a better idea for who Ty matches up better with, and that's Julianne Moore. Amber Waves. Mark Wahlberg untouched. So if anybody is planning on sleeping tonight, I apologize. Yeah.
By the way, JH, I saw -8.5 Ohio State over Notre Dame, and I saw Texas -3. Kenny, we're not saying they should replace Quinn Ewers. We're not saying that. And yes, we are watching. Some folks here were at least musing over that, but we're not saying that quite yet.
I mean, they've scored 0 points in their biggest game of the season.
Yeah.
At the half almost.
I don't think he's done that much wrong. They need to pull him. Not at this
point.
There
hasn't been a ton. It's an excellent.
I could see an Arch package maybe to try and get some quarterback mobility in play, but I don't think Quinn's necessarily the main problem here. I just think it's a really good Ohio State defense. Not everything needs to be blamed,
But he's also he is slow processing.
He is slow processing. He's definitely been slow to process so far.
Like I don't think the SEC prepares these teams for this kind of stage. And it's showing with Quinn Ewers in the pocket.
Oh, you're a dick.
Yeah. That's probably true.
Yeah, the question on the line is, are they updating with the game, or they've actually been pulled off the board, at least through DK. I don't see it anymore. So that was before the game, those lines that I read off.
All right, there's opportunity. Ooh. He's short to me. I thought his knee was down.
Are you back on the main broadcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
He seemed short to me, but they're going tempo here. They don't want to review it. They're getting a review.
I'm going to switch over to the main broadcast now, too.
Switch the main.
Yeah.
I think you got a nice spot. Let's see here. Knee is down. Yeah, he's a yard short. Yeah.
He's a yard short. Are they going to go for it here? Antonio, who keeps asking about the Gamecast, we're not supposed to give this out, apparently. So,
where it's coming from?
That's why I haven't said anything. I see your comments. I know you like it. We like it too.
Yeah.
it's not something I believe are supposed to give out. So apologies. Thank you for watching.
But it's a good game. It's a good broadcast, right?
It is a good broadcast. Yeah.
Yeah. They do a good job. They're quick, thorough.
Yeah, he's short. He's about a yard short.
Yeah.
So they're going to go for it here with a minute left?
Yes.
I would.
I mean, what is it painted all over the Texas facility? Isn't it all gas, no brakes?
All gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes. Here's a gas opportunity.
Yep. Now, is it also too cute a clock for Texas?
No. Gain a yard and a half.
No, I'm saying.
Are
they going to do something that they don't need to do? Something that's overcomplicated for a yard and a half?
No. Just sit gunner helm somewhere.
Thumbs up, Antonio. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. Short of the line to gain. We got 1 minute left.
They're punting? They're punting. Or it's arch. It's an arch package, Ty.
We got one arch snap coming right here.
What'd you say? 1.5?
1.5 was the line that I set.
All right. I don't love this specific moment to have him begin his game, but if he's ready, he's ready.
So is it a decoy thing? Because they know he can run?
I assume so.
And he won't run? Are they going to let him run?
They'll give him a read. Oh, the fake tight end, quick snap, first down, and a little bit fumble.
I think he was down. He was down. I really like that play.
But you know what that was, Ty?
That was too cute a clock.
Too cute a clock.
That was the Tyler Warren set right there.
Absolutely it was.
Andy Kotelnicki came down for the game. Flew over from Miami, took the red eye.
He is definitely down. His elbow.
He is down. He's down.
Smacked the turf.
He's down.
No, I think his opposite elbow is down.
Yeah, I think that's down.
That was appropriately cute.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. That's fair.
It was clearly the opposite elbow down.
That was a cool play. I think that was a really cool play. He's down.
Well, his elbow was fully down. His elbow was fully down. This is not a question. Knees down, elbows about. This is knees down there.
Yeah.
But also don't drop the ball, just in case. Just in case, guys.
Just play it safe. You don't need to drop the ball.
High and tight. Yeah. Yeah, he had a nice little gap there that the Ohio State inside of the line closed up.
All right. They ruled him down. Is Quinn back in?
He is. It's a great, I was going to say great tackle. Terrible tackle.
Terrible tackle. That was a really, really nice play from Silas Bolden, who wriggled out of a tackle. Just sort of sat.
Was that Burke? Yeah, it was Burke. Denzel Burke.
Sat 6 yards away from the line of scrimmage, kind of in the flat.
Mm-hmm. A little hitch.
All right. We got a little bit of a Texas drive work in here, Dan.
Not just a little bit. That's such a good play.
Oh, my gosh. So, again, we see orbit motion. We see misdirection. Kind of like a
screen.
throwback screen, or at least an intended throwback screen to DeAndre Moore Jr. But a tip pass again.
It's Kenyatta Jackson.
Just a really good defensive play. Herbie's saying he had a convoy in front of him. All right, 30 seconds left, 2nd and 10. And we've got an Ohio State timeout. Let me pull up this comparison just to see what's been happening here. I don't know how well this is coming through. Okay.
No, looks great.
You can kind of see it here.
First and second quarter summaries. Yep.
I mean, just 39 yards for Ohio State in the second quarter. -7 rushing yards. Not that this has been a game dictated by any kind of rushing attack, but
showing Alabama Jones on the sideline.
Okay. I saw he was on somebody else's podcast, and he was talking about that. Shane Gillis was on talking about Alabama.
I think he was on his own podcast.
Was it his own podcast?
Matt McCluster?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You saw that then?
Yeah. Yeah, the behind the scenes.
Yeah. 2nd and 10, 30 seconds left. Quinn Ewers loops one up, touchdown! That is a touchdown to Jaden Blue. A really nice throw from Quinn Ewers, one of those little lollipops that he likes to throw. That's an 18-yarder. Jaden Blue sneaks out, sort of on a wheel. 7 plays, 59 yards, 1 minute and 23 seconds. Texas about to tie this one up with 29 seconds left, Dan. That is a very big deal. A very big deal.
No Bird Auburn. They have their kickoff guy kicking the extra point there. Interesting to monitor.
All right.
Here's the replay. At least for me.
Yep, I'm seeing it.
So is Jaden Blue leaking?
Yep.
Let's take a look. Little hezzy.
A little bit of an arm bar there on the left tackle. A little bit of an arm bar.
Let's take a look. I'm going to rewinding.
A little bit of an arm bar there.
Mm.
You can see it from behind. I don't know if that's worthy of a call, but it's a nice throw.
Well, as a Penn Stater, you're uniquely qualified to comment on non-holding calls. Not many people know this, but Penn Staters have to go through a postgraduate year studying offensive line penalties, which makes Penn Staters experts in a way that many of us can only hope to be.
Oh, man. David saying that Abdul was armbarred 97 times.
Yep, what about?
He absolutely was.
Right
I
on.
went back. I watched the game this morning. They were holding him the whole damn game. Everybody's holding him. You can't call it on every play, I guess. And teams don't have a choice. Dude's like a freaking alien.
Mm-hmm.
He's incredible. The Giants should take him at 3. They should take him at 3.
If you have a really good edge rusher, he's going to get held. Make peace with it. Any team has it.
Abdul Carter was just a freak with one arm.
Yeah. Oh, he was incredible.
One arm last night. I mean, him and DDS just freaking game wreckers, man. Absolute game wreckers.
To me, that's what, and we've had it all the time in this sport of guys changing positions, either a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't say going to edge is a little change. It's pretty big from where he was playing. Or guys, Mikey Sandra still.
Uh-oh.
I'm behind. Hold on. What do we have here? I'm going to watch.
You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me.
We got Trey Henderson, a screen. Trey Henderson untouched. Texas just didn't want to touch him.
God, what happened?
You got to touch that guy, right? You got to touch
didn't.
Trey Henderson.
They didn't touch him. That's a 75-yard touchdown for Trey Henderson. It was about a pass with 4 air yards, and Texas did not touch him. They were in a prevent, tried not to get beat deep, and Trey Henderson just burnt him.
I want to see the review of this, or the replay. And he missed it. Did he miss it? No, he made it. Okay.
He made it. Just snuck it through the upright.
A little too aggressive there.
Oh. You know what Greg McElroy would say about this?
Too much time out there.
Too much time on the clock.
They didn't even bring pressure.
I mean, it was just a screen. They let him through, right? That's the play.
Let's see who missed. Number 4 took a bad angle.
Completely untouched. Wow. What a brutal turn for Texas.
Man.
Speaking of middle 8, right?
Wow.
That was a terrible breakdown for Texas. Wow. 13 seconds left. Texas about to get the kickoff. Or, yeah, I mean.
Too much time.
Too much time.
You got to be careful if you're Texas here not to score too quickly. Coming at you, WGRG.
Tom saying that's about as bad a defensive play as you will ever see.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Keep the play in front of you. Only job.
You know it. You know it.
That little
was
time
not
left.
ideal.
No. Coming at you.
You're still doing the McElroy.
Yeah.
All right. Kick this off so that we can take our halftime break. Again, I'll flash this one up on the screen. If you want to take part in our Discord community, folks are chatting like crazy out there. I'll pull that up in the second half, show you what you're missing. We've opened up some channels between now and the national championship.
Yes.
You can get access to everything if you're a subscriber at footballers.com. This is not intended to be any kind of advertisement, but we're inviting all to join and take part in the community because we think it's a cool place to hang out. So leave you with that. We need to see Texas run this one back now just to make this go fully off the tracks.
Oh, wait. Shout out Tom DeCordy, by the way, commenting.
Yeah.
Sports media friend.
Of course. Longtime friend.
Hey, I want to say Michigan, like a Detroit, like the state of Michigan guy.
Okay.
He's a U of M guy, a Detroit guy.
I recognize the name.
Yeah.
So what do we do here? We just sort of take the knee?
I believe so.
We see if Ohio State forgets how to tackle like Texas did? Nathan says we need Dan's face on McElroy in the booth.
Oh, that was a nice start.
Guys, tackle somebody. The half is almost over. All right, it's 14-7. Presumably one play left. That was a nice run from Quintravian Wisner, a 13-yarder up the middle. They still have it on their own 38-yard line. So presumably a gadget play of some kind to try and break tackles or whatever, but Texas has a timeout. I guess they could do something if they get it real quick. Call a timeout.
Yep.
but that's a stretch to me. I think you got one play left here.
All right. It's got clean and a drop.
Ah, man, he had him. But there is a flag on the play. It's going to be defensive holding.
Okay. That's
It's only a 10-yard penalty, though. Not going to be enough to even attempt a field goal.
No.
But enough to throw one into the end zone.
That's their sort of penalty machine corner. Iggy.
This is probably the longest 40 seconds that I have seen in college football this year.
It has taken a minute.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm. I think is that Will Stone? Was that his name?
Nice Mussy.
Mussy? Is that a word?
Sure it is. Mustache.
There's Bert.
This is like the end of a college basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Oh, there's Bevo.
Mm-hmm.
Texas in Ohio State in prevent. Texas,
back, yeah.
Texas is probably going to try something goofy.
Good. Why not? Or they'll just take a sec. Up to the end zone.
Quinn Ewers up
and down.
Ohio State. Ohio State could have caught that one and ran it out. That takes us to halftime, 14-7. Ohio State's going to get the second half kick. I don't know if you have some sort of goofy thing that you want to put up on the screen. My guess is yes. We will be back after halftime in about 20 minutes or so to take you home here with the final 30 minutes of gameplay, Dan.
This is true. You hear that?
I hear it.
Okay, good. So we'll be back start of the third quarter? Yes?
Start of the third quarter.
All right. See you soon. How we doing, Tyler?
How we doing?
I'm great, Ty. I am
Yeah.
great. I'm ready for action.
Excellent. Well, we are in the books for a bet on a punt at plus 120 here for Ohio State.
Okay.
So we'll see if we have any luck. I would like to welcome all of our new viewers. Thank you for stopping on by. Please hit subscribe if you are watching on YouTube.
That'd be
If
so
you're
cool.
finding us for the first time, we would greatly appreciate
Unbelievably cool if you subscribe.
Unbelievably cool. Wherever you may be, if you can just give us the thumbs up or the like on that chosen platform, we would greatly appreciate that as well. If you are stopping by, haven't been here prior, I am Ty, he is Dan. We are the Solid Verbal. We've been doing these live streams throughout the course of the college football playoff and really the back half of the college football season.
Yes.
We have the stats to our right on your screen. I am on the top. Dan is down below.
Hello.
We're going to go through the second half of this game, Dan. 14-7 is your score at present.
This will be fascinating, right? This is why you pay Chip Kelly $2 million to have that adjustment.
This is exactly right. David wants to know if I'm drinking the Trogs yet. You know what? It's down here. I'll drink the Trogs. Why not?
How did you spend your halftime? Did you do anything interesting?
We coaxed the dogs to go upstairs with Solid Wife Kate.
Okay.
Because she was passing out on the couch.
Sorry, they're just re-showing the touchdown. I can't. Oh my God.
It was such a bad defensive break for Texas.
Yeah. They had their 4 DBs back.
Yeah.
Ohio State just had dudes. I rolled out some Chicago-style crispy tavern dough. That's
wonderful.
To cure overnight. It's going to dry out intentionally out at room temperature.
Ohio State with the ball.
All right. Got
a little bit of a play action. That is Ibuka for about a 13-yard gain, a first down on a little play action fake.
Oh, the flow to Henderson was big. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's just tough to cover all these guys, you know?
So open middle of the field still. There you go. Staying ahead of the sticks. Don't punch anyone, Trey.
Trey Henderson, a 7-yard gain now on first down again. Herbie's talking about it on the broadcast, how they're trying to put guys over top of Jeremiah Smith. They're purposely trying to avoid any deep shots, that type of thing. I mean, It makes sense. It makes logical sense. The caveat is that it leaves the middle of the field open. The caveat is it allows Ohio State to chip away with a lot of underneath stuff. If they can get Trey Henderson going on the ground.
There you go. I mean, you're 6-7 at a time will win this game.
It just makes it almost impossible to solve for this offense, but we'll see. We'll see what they come up with here in the second half. They're showing the graphic on screen. 3 yards receiving for Jeremiah Smith thus far in this game.
On that short little crosser.
Just two targets. Play action fake. Will Howard going up top. Intercepted. We have an interception.
A linebacker? It's like the size of a linebacker.
Wow. That is a very big deal. I should have bet on turnover.
And
I'm not betting it. We're not betting anymore in this game. Forget it.
He started looking at that linebacker about an hour and a half ago. Watch the eyes. Or looking at the receiver anyway.
Yeah. He just very slowly drifted back.
It was a great play.
Didn't bite too hard on the play fake. The pass was intended for Jeremiah Smith. And that's David Gabenda with a really big interception here to start things out. We'll see what Texas does. It's a quick throw to the perimeter.
Get some yardage. Get a first down. Jeremiah Smith with as many catches as tackles tonight.
And a nice run for Quintravion Wisner after the catch.
Is my math right? Same number of catches and tackles for Jeremiah Smith?
It's possible.
1 catch, 1 tackle.
1 catch, 1 tackle. First down for Texas.
Umalo is sort of hobbling, by the way.
Yeah, he doesn't look right.
He's got a little bit of a hop to him.
Yep. All right.
I keep going quick if I'm Texas, right? The quick passing game, perimeter quick. Somebody sit for 5 yards quick. Just rhythm.
It doesn't seem like they're able to find guys down the field, but they are able to get to the perimeter fairly quickly.
Nothing. Lost it 2. I don't want Quinn Ewers going through progressions. I want a play to the tight end, a play to this, play to that. 1 read. Go. Let him pick up 4 to 7 more. All right. What is the Laura Rutledge update?
They're talking about Matthew Golden. Matthew Golden still on the sidelines.
Yeah. Just no pass rush for Ohio State right now.
Quinn Ewers does a neat little ball flip when he takes a snap. You ever notice that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there are NFL GMs who aren't very fond of that, but so it's going to be 4th and 6. Texas is going to punt it away. It was a big stop, a big interception, but they weren't able to do much with it. All right. We got an Ohio State player down, Cody Simon, number 0, pointing at like a knee or some sort of cramp situation. I just don't know how many big stops like that you're going to get if you're Texas. I mean, the defense has held serve, with the exception of that blown play at the end of the half, and obviously what we saw from Ohio State on their first drive. The Texas defense has done a pretty good job. So
got a great job
against this offense. I don't think you can ask for a whole lot more.
Basically, 1 bad drive, 1 bad play.
Yeah.
And it was an opening drive.
That's right.
So basically to open up the first and to end the first half.
They're showing the Simon injury now. I mean, maybe just got his left leg rolled up a little bit. Kind of jammed up on the tackle there. He's an impact player of this defense, so it'll be interesting to see if he comes back in. He's on his own feet, walking off in his own power. He'll be all right.
By the way, both of these teams, in terms of pass efficiency defense, its rating, this is against all of their opponents, so take it with a grain of salt. But if the salt is what you crave, Ohio State number 3 in the country in quarterback rating allowed in the third quarter. Texas number 12.
Okay.
In the fourth quarter, Ohio State is 16th, so not a big change there. Texas 41st.
Okay.
Still good.
Still fine.
But they're allowing in the fourth quarter.
Right.
There's somewhat of a drop there in the fourth quarter.
What do you do here if you're Ohio State? What's your game plan? Jeremiah Smith is not really an option. Maybe that's why.
Oh, he's always an option.
He's always an option, but Texas is trying to take him out of the game.
I want a little bit of Judkins or Trey Henderson on the perimeter.
Okay.
I want a little bit of, give him a little bit of room to wiggle.
We saw that touchdown from Quinshawn to open things up.
Up the middle, yeah.
But otherwise, a total of 5 carries for just 20 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Caught a pass as well for 5 yards, but has been relatively innocuous thus far. Trey Henderson has been obviously the bigger threat. Out of the backfield, that play at the end of the first half is just going to be killer for Texas.
Oh, Ty, how's that beer treating you?
I'm wondering if it's bad, actually.
Oh, no, Ty.
Yeah. It's all right. We'll roll with it.
Okay.
It won't kill me, Dan.
And if it does kill you, Ty,
It does kill me.
you know who can investigate the murder and holding the beer companies responsible? Jim Rockford of the Rockford Files. What's up, James Gardner? I think it looks great, Ty. What do you think?
I think they need to do a little bit more blending on the forehead line.
I don't know. I think that's kind of spot on.
I don't know who that guy is.
You don't know James Gardner?
I don't.
So we did a video about him.
You and me, or
you and I released a social media video about him and the Rockford Files specifically.
Oh, I'm seeing him now.
The Rockford Files is Jim Harbaugh's favorite show that he would watch around.
Oh, that's right.
In his RV in Huntington Beach
when
he moved out to not L.A. but to I guess Orange County at that.
The parking lot.
Yeah, his beach parking lot, because Jim Rockford also I think lived in like Malibu or something.
Okay.
And so he just loves Jim Rockford. That's James Gardner.
Wonderful.
Who also was Maverick.
Okay.
Older guy. I don't know. Is he still with us, James Gardner? Good question. I hope.
Born in 1928.
He passed away in 2014. May James Gardner, rest in peace.
Okay.
Classic.
David says great content. Thank you.
Appreciate it, David.
Appreciate you, David. Thank you for hanging with us here.
Dude, we've got
Ohio State ball.
Look at this.
Fresher IPA. All right. Email. solidverbal@gmail.com is the email.
Only legal. Legal.
End around there to Emeka Ibuka.
Oh, I gotta get live.
Emeka Ibuka with a end around and a nice stop by the Texas
0 yards
defense. Yeah.
That's Pete Kwiatkowski doing a great job. So I said go to the edge. They went to the edge. Not there.
Not there.
All right. So we got third and it might be a first down. Maybe third and quite short.
The official score sheet here is saying that was Caleb Downs. I don't believe that was Caleb Downs.
I think
wouldn't rule it out as Caleb Downs.
Isn't Tua Ibuka on offense?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Caleb Downs might also be number 2 on defense, but
he is.
I believe that would be Emeka Ibuka.
Now, how do you feel about Notre Dame in this moment? Should Ohio State hold on? You certainly probably feel better, but I don't think you're in the clear.
No. My question is more.
Oh, that's a hell of a play.
That's a big stop on 3rd and short. Texas holds Quinshon Judkins. They're going to get the ball back. That was a big play by the Texas defense. How do I feel? My concern is not so much with Notre Dame's defense, because I actually really like their pass defense. I don't think they've truly been tested by a supreme passing offense yet. So, important caveat. But my main concern is how they're scoring against the Ohio State defense. You know,
I'm going to rewatch this from the top angle, see if I see anything new.
I don't know how Notre Dame would score. That's my issue. But
I mean, he followed the guy he was supposed to follow. He just won their battles. It's an opportunity, I guess, for a cut in.
Yeah.
But full speed, hard to...
We have 14-7, Dan. 14-7 is our score. 8.5 left.
About the 33.
33-yard line. Let's see what else I can flash up here on this.
What do you have?
Just to give everybody an idea for what's going on. Let's check out what our friends over on Game on Paper have to say.
Yeah, please.
This is, you can't see the URL, gameonpaper.com/CFB. You need the /CFB, otherwise it won't work. They do an awesome job compiling some of these. I don't know why my screen is not moving. Am I frozen? Can you see me? You can see me.
I can see you.
All right. Let me see if this is. Trying to get this to adjust here a little bit for everybody on the screen. Doesn't seem like it's doing it. Okay. Anyway, give me 1 second. I think maybe I got the wrong screen up. I will flash.
I've never heard of this, by the way. I pay attention to a lot of kid stuff. Whatever this is. Dogman? Dogtown?
Dogtown?
Dogman. I haven't heard of it. Don't know if it's good or not.
All right.
Welcome back, Patrick. You rule. By the way, I just like this from Frank Brown. Gardner. James Gardner. Rockford. Tie-in day.
I'm struggling to find my window here.
They don't have to show this. They don't have to show Ohio State winning a national championship against Oregon 10 years to the day. They don't. That's just on. It's who needs that? It's old.
Who needs that?
I bring up old stuff.
All right, let's see if this works now, Dan.
What are we seeing? Walk me through the math.
I think this there we go. Now it'll start showing up a little bit better.
Ooh, excuse me. Hit 9 o'clock here.
Let's
we got a quick whistle.
I'll get this resized for
quick
us.
False start. Yep. Playing way off the Ohio State secondary. Ooh, near pick.
Near pick.
Jordan Hancock, yeah.
All right, when we switch possession here, I will go back to our friends over on Game on Paper.
Okay.
But for the interim, we've got what, second and long coming up here for Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Third and long. Was 2nd and 15, ran for about 6-7 yards.
Yep. You see Nick Saban being inducted Hall of Fame?
Is he?
The College Football Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Borderline, I would say.
Makes sense.
Borderline. I don't know. Which loss hurt more as an Oregon fan? Ohio State or Auburn in the national championship? Auburn. Auburn hurt more. They came back, took it to overtime. Michael Dyer was down. Ooh, little flip. That's a hell of a play.
That's a nice play for Quinn.
Let's see if he was down. And he is... Oh, I don't see it.
It's really close.
Ruled.
Ball is out.
I think the ball's out. I think it's a millisecond out. By the way, good question here. Has there been a McConaughey sighting? I haven't seen him.
I haven't seen it yet.
I don't know why they wouldn't. McConaughey's there.
Okay.
I'm seeing a clip of him fist bumping the Ohio State band as they are entering. He's wearing his hat. It's got a feather in it. He's wearing his usual suede or leather looking jacket. He is there. Maybe he's just in a box and the ESPN cameras haven't spotted him.
That was a nice play from Quinn.
There you go. Complete a pass. Get yardage. Get 5.
There we go. Get
Second
5 yards.
5 is great.
Get 5. So Texas is sort of scraping and clawing here on this drive, Dan, doing what they got to do. Quinn Ewers making 2 big plays here.
So they're doing that 3 safety, the 3 high look. Caleb Downs is in that like hybrid linebacker safety role.
Yep.
He's just a rover.
Yep. They're just letting him diagnose the play, and
it's good open field tackle.
But Texas is starting to try and do some of that quicker stuff now. I mean, we've seen it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Where they're just trying to get it out to the perimeter, put their guys in space, and force Ohio State to make a tackle. I don't think that's the worst strategy, to be honest with you.
No. Keep it in front of you.
Third and 3. Big 3rd and 3 coming up here for Texas.
There you go.
That is a first down. It's a tough run.
Mm-hmm.
From Travion Wisner.
Nothing. Loss of a couple.
Yep. Yeah, this is a point here from David. Surprised that we haven't seen McConaughey on the McAfee stream.
That's true. Seems like he's built for that.
Yeah, you would think. I don't know why I have a feeling these final 20 minutes are going to be nutso.
Feels right. Got 2nd 11. Caleb Downs just everywhere.
Yeah.
A nice play. 3rd and a couple now. Maybe 3rd and 3.
Yep. A lot of quicker stuff to the perimeter, right? Seems to be getting the job done. Not a whole lot open down the field. Although if you keep doing this, something will come open down the field.
Yeah, the thing I don't like is this isn't a sustainable strategy.
No, it isn't.
Like a dump off.
It isn't.
You can get your 8 yards doing that. You can get your 6 yards, but
yeah,
not going to win this game.
Yeah, I agree. That's 100% true.
There you go. Picking up 3rd down.
That's a first down.
Next, we'll win
this
game.
That is a first down. This is a nice drive that Texas has working here, Dan.
And hopefully Sark or somebody said, if somebody's open to check it down, that's okay. We don't need an amazing play every down.
No.
We'd love 2nd and 4.
So this is the drive right here. This is Texas's longest drive thus far, just in terms of how many plays they've run. I believe this is the 10th play of the drive.
I mean, it seems like they're just counting. Ohio State has 3 deep safeties. We're just going to run it. Now, the big thing here is with a drive, how many plays into this drive are we?
I believe we're 10 plays in now.
You need 7.
Yeah.
You can't just take this chunk of time off the clock and not, finish. All right, got play action, dirty pocket, knockdown.
Oof. These Ohio State guys along the line are just so aware of where that football is at all times. You see hands go up on every single throw.
It's good eyes, man. Just really good eyes. 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7.
This is opportunity for Ohio State.
going trips out to the right, bringing pressure.
Oh, is that pretty?
Oh, my gosh, what a play.
Is that pretty?
What
Jaden Blue
a play.
again.
That is Jaden Blue.
Throw it where they're coming from.
Wow, Dan. Wow. So, 3rd and 7, trips out to the right. They move Jaden Blue to the left of Quinn Ewers in the backfield. And just like a halfback wheel, they bring him out of the backfield.
Yeah.
We saw that earlier. He caught the touchdown earlier from Quinn Ewers. Just leaked him out of the backfield, got a good matchup. Ohio State brought the heat, floated it over the top for a touchdown. That was a really impressive drive, Dan. 12 plays, 67 yards. They ate 5:18 off the clock.
By the way, that was going to him the whole way.
Oh, my God, yeah.
It was a clear out from Gunnar Helm.
Yep. That was a really nice play. Wow.
Yeah, they're talking. Remember the little underhand flip? Knee
Yep.
was up by a millisecond?
Yep.
It's a huge third down.
All right, so let me flash this over now to Game on Paper. I got this working. Again, this is gameonpaper.com/CFB. They do an awesome job compiling a lot of the advanced metrics, some of the stuff that we talk about on the show. They do an awesome job with this. Unless you know what you're looking at, it is a little bit like drinking out of a fire hose. Whenever I put this up on the screen, I try to pick out the things that I think are most interesting, okay? And so there are a couple things that I think jump off the page to me right now.
Yeah.
The first is, I think, fairly obvious if you've been watching this game, right? Yards per play. This is your favorite stat here. Yards per play. Obviously, Ohio State doing better in that category than Texas, right? No big surprise if you watch the game. So then we can sort of go a little bit deeper. EPA per dropback. What does that mean? Expected points added per dropback. Every time Ohio State drops back, what is the expected value of points being added to their score?
Based on what they've done already. Yeah.
Based on what they've done already, 0.21 to 0.02. This tells us that the Texas passing game doesn't have a whole lot of pop. All right, that's basically what this is saying. Yards per dropback, this is sort of the same as yards per play, sort of the same as EPA per dropback.
I mean, is this live that includes a recent touchdown pass?
This should be live data. Yeah,
okay.
Thereabouts. Maybe not quite up to date like our normal scoreboard.
Right. Okay.
A lot. Explosive play rate. We haven't seen a whole lot of explosive plays, right? Just not part of this game thus far.
No.
We can go down a little bit further and find out some additional stats. Let me see if I can find. Here are my Havoc plays. Okay, over here, Havoc plays. Those are tackles for loss of any kind. So those would include sacks. Those would be passes deflected, interceptions, things of that nature. You don't always get a full picture from looking at this, but it does give you the indication of what we already knew coming in. This is an Ohio State playmaking defense.
Yes.
They've generated 3 sacks here so far in this game.
By the way, Will Howard at 10 yards per attempt.
Yeah.
Will Howard playing winning football through a terrible pass, but playing terrific football.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Jeremiah Smith at 1 reception for 3 yards.
Yeah.
At nearly the fourth quarter.
Yep. This one's kind of interesting. They're showing early downs, so I guess first and second down, and each team's effectiveness. And so what this is telling me is that Texas hasn't been all that effective in their early downs thus far, which, again, if you've been watching this game, that's somewhat obvious. We'll come back to that at some point. I'll keep my eye on that and see if I can find any interesting stats to pull out. But check them out. They do a really good job. GameOnPaper.com/CFB. Need the /CFB, otherwise it's not going to work. All right, Dan, what are we doing for Ohio State here? This is kind of something that we called out, no? Right? This was Ohio State in their previous 2 playoff games got out to a big lead. They were able to coast.
Yes.
Now this one is probably coming down to the wire. We're looking at the scoreboard right now. It's 14-all, 3 minutes left in the third quarter. A lot of game left. Quick strike offense for sure. We've seen that time and again thus far in the playoffs and throughout the course of the season, but this is a new situation for them in this tournament.
It absolutely is. What do we see here? I anticipate they're not taking shots. This has not been a shot game for Ohio State. They haven't gotten the looks that they've wanted to. And now we have Will Howard coming out of an interception.
Right. I'll tell you what I would do.
Yeah.
I would get Trey Henderson the ball as much as possible.
Okay.
I would get him the ball as much as possible. Because it's clear that Texas is content to allow underneath stuff. They just don't want to get burnt deep from Jeremiah Smith. Again, he has 3 targets and 1 catch in this game. He has not done much. And that is clearly by design. They're trying to take him out of the game. They obviously like their chances more going up against Emeka Egbuka, Carnell Tate, or any of the guys that Ohio State has in the backfield. But Trey Henderson, I think, has proven his mettle over the course of his career, and certainly as of late, not just in this game, but he can be an explosive player. He hits the hole hard. I would start trying to run it to the perimeter with Trey Henderson, try to leak him out, maybe a screen pass, something like that. Almost due to Texas, what Texas has done to them, which is a lot of little dump-offs, stuff of that.
But the interesting thing about Ohio State is, and maybe this guy exists on their roster, in terms of like the quick game, turning 3 yards into 9, whereas Texas has been doing that successfully. Does Ohio State have a receiver like taking a quick, like a short area, a short space, turning something small into something interesting? Like
you're talking yards after catch, right? Yards after catch.
Yeah, just like throwing a bubble, throwing a tunnel, something like that to just keep Texas a little bit off balance. Something that, Jackson Smith and Jigba was obviously incredible at. Like, I don't feel like they have that type on the field, or they're not using anybody like that often.
Yeah, and honestly, that's where I think Trey Henderson.
Right, that's fine. Yeah,
I think Trey Henderson could fill that void. I'm seeing in the comments a lot about there being too many commercials. Admittedly, I have not been paying attention to the commercials because you and I have been yapping here, but it does not surprise me. Something's got to fund for what ESPN paid for this. Mm-hmm. So
Rinvoke.
I haven't seen any Rinvoke.
No, I haven't seen drugs tonight.
Here we go. First down. Texas bringing a little bit of pressure underneath the Carnell Tate. That's about a 14, 15-yard gain for a first down.
And a late flag.
Hole in the zone, late flag. Who's that going against?
That might be an unnecessary roughness or something.
They're calling that on Texas, Dan. They're calling this on Texas.
The announcers are saying Ohio State.
Or, excuse me, Ohio State. That's what I meant to say.
Well, those are two very different parties here, Ty.
They are indeed. My apologies.
Looks like an offensive lineman ran somebody into the ground. That's just good, clean football, Ty. Let's see. He's coming in late to break up the tackle.
They're saying it was after the whistle.
Yeah, well.
I don't know if I like that, but whatever. Whatever. 1st and 10. Still got the first 10. 1st and 10. But they're backed up a little bit, so.
Now we got an ESPN team playing against a Fox team here.
Yep.
If you're a conspiracy type. Oh, down he goes.
Vernon Broughton with the sack, Dan. They brought middle pressure.
There's McConaughey.
There's McConaughey. We had a little bit of a play fake here to Trey Henderson. And 2 guys for Texas just burst through the line. It was the middle. Yeah, the middle pressure that got Will Howard in the end.
Broughton. That's the name of the defensive lineman.
2nd and 20, Dan.
2nd in California. Yep.
I am hesitant to say that the worm has turned at all because I know we're dealing with Ohio State here and things can change quickly. But
Yeah.
If Texas gets a stop here and gets the ball back and is able to get any points whatsoever, third down and 15.
Third and 15. Blocked down. Well, kind of near a pick, but no.
Batted down. All right. This is going to be a punt, and Texas is going to get the ball in decent field position, I would say. We'll see if they try to make something happen in special teams. We saw that, obviously, in the course of these playoffs. Run back a punt, all right, in that Arizona State game. We have a fair catch at about the 38, 39-yard line by Silas Bolden, and Texas is going to get another shot at this. We'll see what they do. I like their approach. So far in the second half. You know, they're not trying to go too far down the field. They're not trying to take too many chances. They're taking what the defense gives them, and it tends to be a lot of the stuff to the perimeter, a lot of little dump-off stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm. If anybody knows what that safety strumming the guitar signal is, let me know.
Interestingly enough, even though it doesn't really feel this way, Quinn Ewer is now up over 200 yards passing.
It's a nice run. They're winning first downs. The war for 3 and 4, third and 4.
I desperately want to call him Trey Wisner, and I know some people do, but I did read an article where I believe Quintravion is some sort of homage to his grandfather, and he prefers the full name.
Nice.
The more you know.
Oh, stayed up. Doesn't matter.
All right, 2nd and 3. About to be third down. Ewers didn't have anything down the field. He had to throw it out to Quintravion Wisner. Wisner, by the way, is the most targeted receiver alongside DeAndre Moore in this football game. Each of them have 7 targets. And Jaden Blue also has 4 targets in this game as well. So it's clear that the passing game to guys out of the backfield is very much a focal point of this game plan.
Yep.
Hold up those 4s wherever you're at in this world. Hold up that 4 because we're going to the fourth quarter here. We are tied at 14. And something tells me that this one's going to get a little bit wacky in these final 15 minutes. I want to know in the chat what has surprised you the most watching this game. Because I could probably list a handful of things. But I want to know from our chat, what has surprised you while watching this Cotton Bowl thus far?
I mean, just that Ohio State has not been able to get loose downfield more. And Texas is doing a good job. They're keeping 2 high safeties who are making good reads. We're going to the right parts of the field. So I guess it's not terribly surprising. I mean, it can't be that surprising. Texas has had an excellent defense all year.
I don't think it's surprising, but I mean, this is the comment here from Joe, and I think this is what I thought of first.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah Smith has been a non-factor.
Yeah.
After 2 games of just absolutely obliterating, Tennessee and then Oregon. Again, 3 targets, 1 catch.
Yeah.
Clearly, this was a focal point. Clearly. And the fact that they're able to do it successfully is, It's
That's
meaningful.
interesting. Yeah. Surprised by the Ohio State penalties. Playing
Yeah.
undisciplined football after just
Yeah.
being so locked in last couple weeks.
This one from Chaka. Oops, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Chaka says Texas dominating the trenches on defense without blitzing.
They're collapsing.
I don't know if that was the case the full way through, but definitely in the second half here, it seems as if they've gotten a little bit more push up front. This is really, look, it goes without saying that if you can get pressure without blitzing, that makes for a pretty successful defense. Yes, this is not rocket science. If you follow football, you know that's how it works. But this is the first year that I think I really started paying close attention to that stat across the board. I was really, really big on trying to follow teams that were good at doing that this season. And it's remarkable, truly remarkable what those results look like if you find a defense that's good at it, because it just frees up so many more resources to contribute in the run game.
Well, you can keep the safety back, right? You can
keep the safety back.
Go too high, and
it just makes it so much more difficult to move the football on a team like that.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, both Texas and Ohio State fit that bill.
Oh, for sure. And when you're winning up front, the linebackers can run a little bit freer, right? They're not seeing as many, left guards in their face.
Yeah.
And obviously Texas's linebackers have been great all year, especially Anthony Hill.
I will call this out again, solidverbal.com/Discord. Go and join our Discord. We opened up a couple channels. You can chat in our game day channel with our esteemed Verballerhood. We've got, I don't know, thousands of people in our Discord, so go and check it out.
He's just high, man.
Yeah. Couldn't really step into the throw. He had pressure.
No.
Quinn Ewers had pressure on third down and was unable to really step into that throw, but
guy was there.
And that guy was Matthew Golden, by the way, who's back out on the field.
Oh, nice. Just high.
Just a little bit high.
Does Ohio State have a famous fan there?
A famous fan? Unclear.
Haven't seen any. I'm seeing Yogi Roth at the Cotton Bowl.
Oh, yeah?
Yogi, friend Ashley. Yeah.
All right, so we have a punt here basically to start off the fourth quarter. Texas did not get their third down. It is not great field position for Ohio State, but they got the ball back. They've got it on their own 12.
Mm-hmm.
We will see what they do here, see if they're able to get anything going. A little bit of simulated pressure.
Down the field. Overthrow. And a flag. It looks like we might have had holding early on in that route.
I don't hate that, though. I don't hate that.
And by the way, salt and wound. I apologize. You got to try that once if you're Andy Kotelnicki and Drew Allen.
Oh, my God.
You got a fast dude? You feel like you might get one-on-one?
Yeah.
Throw it up.
Yeah. The right call, obviously.
Right call. All right, so there's that quick. G. Scott, hell of a tackle.
Big tackle.
I say it at least once a year. The thing that definitively separates the great from the pretty good. Tackling in space.
Really nice stop, Jalen Gilbo. Breaking through a tackle, takes down G. Scott. Loss of 2 yards. 2nd and 12 here, 14 minutes left.
Third and a bunch.
So we're going to have about a 3rd and 7 here for G. Scott. After the G. Scott completion.
Maybe for G. Scott.
It might be G. Scott. They've targeted him now on consecutive plays. This is a big play. It's 3rd and 8. 13:20 left. Ohio State showing
pressure, bringing pressure.
Bringing pressure here. Texas bringing a lot of pressure.
Oh, is that pretty?
That was a really nice throw.
Just bought just enough time.
So Texas brings a ton of heat. Will Howard drifts out to his left. And it looked like some sort of flood to the left side of the field to try and flood the zone out.
Herbie said Ohio State got away with a blatant hold.
Blatant hold? Okay.
Keeping track at home.
Alas, though, Carnell Tate, 7 catches, 87 yards. That was his 8th target of the day. He is the leading receiver for Ohio State.
I'm rewatching the play. Let's see where it comes from. Yep. Number 70, right tackle. Held on for dear life.
So, Will Howard tried to make a play down the field. The intended receiver was Emeka Ibuka.
And a drop.
And it was just sort of floated a little too high, thrown into almost double coverage. Ibuka actually had position to make the catch. He was able to kind of undercut the defender. So,
it might have been knocked out a little. I think the guy made a play on it. Let's see.
Felt like a bit of a risky throw.
Maybe he did make a play on it. Let's see. Did he make a play? No, that was in his gloves. That was just a drop. Here, look at this hold. You see the hold?
I saw the hold. Yeah.
Yep. For dear life. Take me with you.
Yeah. 2nd and 10 incoming here. This one here from John, he's not wrong. He's had a few throws that have been questionable.
That seemed like a good one.
That was okay. It was
high.
The least of the questionable throws that we've seen. There have been a couple this
Agreed.
game. Will Howard's been very good.
I agree.
This postseason. I will say, though, because if you dig back through the archive of Will Howard's career, on average, you get 1 bonehead pick a game.
Sure.
On average.
Big game. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, did we get that already? Probably, but we'll see. This is an interesting comment here from Mr. DeCourt. DeCourty, excuse me. Not sure why they felt the need to send the house when they've been getting there with 4.
Because you can get there quicker.
Yeah.
That's my simple answer is they've been getting there, giving Will Howard a little bit of time. You can give him a no time if it works out correctly, I guess. Just fluster him, right?
Yeah.
Make him choose the wrong guy immediately if it works out. But yeah, he's not wrong.
They're showing the Coors Light commercial now with the Love Train. And
fine with it.
I feel like I talk once a year with my friends about the madness that was the marketing campaign around the mountains turning blue when the can gets cold.
Mm-hmm.
I'd really like to know. What's that?
You didn't like that the mountains turned blue when the can
I think
got
it's
cold?
a cool concept.
Yeah, so do I.
I'd really like to know how much extra it costs and what they netted off that marketing campaign. Was it worth it?
Are we not talking about it all these years later?
We are. They just showed it now.
I know.
I think about that once a year. This is the first of 2025. All right.
Isaiah Smith still 1 for 3 yards. 1 catch for 3.
12:26 left. 2nd and 10 incoming for Ohio State. Close to midfield.
Nice play.
A little bit of a swing pass to Judkins. That is a first down. Nice run.
I feel like that's a combination of both what we were talking about. Just quick stuff. I just didn't know if they had the receiver to pull it off, but they're doing it with Judkins there. Maybe a little bit of G. Scott attempting. Ooh. Hands there. Flags? No.
No flags.
So he drops in, up in the air. Is that Nakuba?
I've noticed a bit of an epidemic of people referring to Quinshawn Judkins as Quinshawn Junkins.
Ty, I'm not going to criticize. Names are hard.
Yeah, no, I'm the worst.
Yeah.
Just an observation here. We've got time to fill on the stream.
I thought
We've
that
also
was a
got
good
about
call, by the way.
11:20 left,
Yeah.
3rd and 4.
Oop. Pointing for a false start.
And we have one.
Is that Pryor? Right tackle? Number 70, yep.
False start. It's going to be 3rd and 9. That's a big one.
How many penalties is that for Ohio State? I have the internet. I have Google. I can look.
No, I've got it here. It's 7 penalties for Ohio State for 70 yards.
Texas has 4 for 39.
Yep. Third and 9.
G. Scott. It's a nice stick. All right. I mean, you go. I think you go. On the 31 or something? Where are they?
They're at about the, let's see here. Initial contact made about the 37. He got up to about the 35-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 3.
They're not going to kick a 49-yard field goal here. Yep.
The offense is out. They're going for it. Of course, we need the ESPN analytics graphic up to let us know that they think they should also go for it.
Yes. Timeout, Texas.
And we got a timeout, Texas, yeah.
Woo, better be a good reason.
We have some breaking news here.
What do we have?
Hawkeye Life says that the mountains, the Coors Light Mountains, start turning blue at 48 degrees. They're fully blue once the can has reached 40 degrees. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Thank you for your service. Very good.
Do you have a favorite cheap beer? Light, non-light, but domestic, in a can, at a tailgate. Do you have a preference?
Favorite cheap beer?
It doesn't have to be Miller, Butter Coors. It could be Natty, whatever. Something cheap.
I would say either Miller Lite or, in the summer, Bud Light Lime.
Bud Light Lime?
Yeah. Bud Light Lime's good out in the golf course.
Okay. Yeah, I've always been fine with Bud Light. Water. It's Erie water. But as long as it's cold.
Did I ever tell you the story? I went to a place in the valley here called Bethlehem Brew Works.
Yeah.
And this is right out of college. And I mean, I did not know a thing about beer truly until I met Solid Wife Kate.
She's a beer expert.
Not an expert.
She's an enthusiast.
Not even an enthusiast, but just
alcoholic.
No. You're gonna get me in trouble here. Just knew a lot more about it than I did.
Okay.
And So this is long before I met her. This is right out of college. I go to the Bethlehem Brew Works, and I look at the menu of what they have available. And of course, they don't have any like domestic cans or anything that I'm familiar with. You know, I'm used to ordering whatever you order at a college bar, whatever you drink at a tailgate.
Yeah.
You know, I have no idea what I'm doing. And so the bartender says to me, "What can I get you?" And I said, "I don't." I said, "What do you got that? What do you got that resembles a Coors Light?"
Yeah. That's a cool guy move.
Right. And the guy looks at me, he says, "I can get you a glass of water."
Nice.
The entire bar erupts in laughter. It was a good zinger.
Good goof.
He got me in the moment. I was good-natured about it. It did hurt a little bit here. I did not make that mistake again. By the way, the order was Valley Golden at the time.
Honestly, cheap and Mexican. Like a Tecate. Great.
Yeah.
Can of Tecate. Whatever tastes good, like good cold on a hot day with a fish taco. Great bite.
Yeah. My beer palate has since expanded a fair amount.
Okay.
So definitely more of an IPA guy now than I was back in the day. But that story was 20 years ago. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget that story. The guy really just dunked on me, man, right in front of everybody. We got some good suggestions coming in here.
Great.
There's Bob.
I'm not talking about nice.
Bob's in on Land Shark. That's a good pull, Bob.
I'm not talking legit. I'm talking cold in a can.
Yeah.
Tecate.
I go for a Corona. Why not?
I like the Tecate more than the Corona.
Sure.
Dos Equis? Fine.
4th and 2. There's that Will Howard run play.
Turf monster.
Oh, the turf monster got him, but it was a nice play. I really like that call. That is a great call.
Dude, left guard didn't even hit anybody.
Nope.
That was so open.
If he doesn't trip there, that's a touchdown.
Yeah. He was so excited.
Yeah. If he doesn't trip,
that's
a touchdown.
Oh, my God.
Wow. Nice play. Really nice play.
It's a nice run.
All right, so we've got a 2nd and short coming up for Ohio State. We just had sort of a end-around style play with a little bit of misdirection to Emeka Egbuka.
Toss, yeah.
It's going to be 2nd and 2 here inside 9 minutes in the fourth quarter. Ohio State very much in the red zone right now. They're at the Texas 8-yard line. That's a first down up to the 2-yard line for Quinshawn Judkins. They're almost using him as more of the power back right now.
I mean, I think that's been the case most of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shorter guy, harder to square up, lower center of gravity, runs with a lot of power.
That was your scouting report, Ty.
Always, yep. Noted leg drive.
Of course.
1st and goal for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
He's down.
Howard with a quarterback sneak up to about the half-yard line. It still remains a gigantic mystery to me why they haven't used him more in the running game this year. I guess the reason why is they haven't really had to.
Yes.
But he can run it, and he is a big dude. So wouldn't surprise me if we see another one like that.
There you go.
Quinshawn Judkins, Dan. A 1-yard touchdown run. About to make it 21-14, pending the extra point. Of note, the point spread was 6. And I don't know how they get so close, but they often do. And this is when you get the weird missed extra points. See, Herbie does the Junkins thing, too.
What do you say? Oh, he
Quinshon
says
Junkins.
instead of Judkins, yeah.
He says Junkins. I double-checked the pronunciation guide on the Ohio State official football website, and they don't have anything that says you should say it Junkins.
Okay.
So Herbie calls it Junkins, and we've got Fowler calling him Judkins. They're both the same player, and they have 2 touchdowns. That play from Howard on 4th down could be the play of the game.
Oh, yeah.
That could end up being the play of the game.
Plenty of football left.
7:02. What do we get? 2, 3, maybe 4 possessions at most left in this game.
Yes.
Barring any kind of quick, explosive play. It is a touchback. It is 7:02. Texas is going to get the ball at the 25-yard line. We'll see what they can do with it.
All right, you got 15 minutes of commercials here, and on to the next.
So the point spread, John, would definitely be lower against Texas. Texas would be favored by around 3 points. Maybe I am a glutton for punishment, but my dream scenario as a Notre Dame fan would be playing Ohio State and beating Ohio State.
Oh, that's pretty. Gunnar Helm.
Nice throw out to Gunnar Helm from Quinn Ewers. By the way, for those who didn't hear me say it earlier, the point spread, hypothetically speaking, at least before this game, would have been Ohio State minus 8.5 against Notre Dame. In case you're wondering.
Another nice play from Jaden Blue.
Jaden Blue, the first down out over the 40-yard line out to the 41.
Got time. Floats it to Helm again. That's a big play.
Wow.
Not that many people do that to Caleb Downs.
No. They're
For
going to get
pointing
Helm
at
for
him.
unsportsmanlike?
Let him play.
I hate that.
There's no room for that. He didn't stomp.
I think that's a bullshit call.
He didn't get in his face.
That's a bullshit call. I don't like that call at all.
He didn't say a word. He did not open his mouth.
That's
doesn't matter.
Matthew Golden.
There's your universe.
He is back. Looks good. Floats it up. Texas moving the ball. Jaden Blue up the middle for about a 2 or 3 yard gain. It's going to be second down and about 6. Clock is going to tick under 5. 11-yard line, 2nd and 8. Yep. Fowler's calling it out, but it is another play in the passing game for a running back. That is Contravion Wisner's 8th target of the day. He leads the team with 6 catches for 42 yards.
All right, so here's Red Zone Texas. They haven't
Red Zone
been this
Texas.
close. I don't believe.
3rd and 3.
Both of their touchdowns were a little bit farther away.
There's a flag.
There you go. 1st and goal.
Quinn Ewers had a guy breathing down his neck, coming unabated to the quarterback, got knocked down, got the ball off just in time. There was some traffic in the back of the end zone.
They just grabbed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that was
too much action.
A little too much. That call on Ransom, I think that was on Ransom, yeah. They call pass interference. It's going to be 1st and 10, 1st and goal from about the 2-yard line. So pretty much a 2-point conversion here.
And another flag.
Another flag.
It's on Matthews. He turned him. Ohio State going with the Legion of Boom. You know what? If we interfere every play, eventually they'll stop calling it.
I mean, I don't hate that. You don't want to give up a touchdown. At this point, you're giving up, 4 inches?
Yeah.
You're giving up a new series, but...
It was already 1st and goal, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice stuff.
Nice stuff. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Here's a stupid question.
Yep.
You go for 2 if you're Sark?
No.
Still too early.
Still
too early, right?
Yeah.
Second and goal.
People are saying those weren't interference. They grabbed him to slow down a receiver. They didn't make a play on a ball. It's a grab during a route. Ooh, that's okay. Ooh.
I don't like that at all, that play call.
That's really nice from Ohio State in that moment.
They're showing Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs just ran through the line of scrimmage, knocked down Contravion Wisner. That's a loss of about, 5-6 yards?
Tight end try to stop Cheti Tuamalu.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
All right, here we go. That was a bad play call, man. I hate that. Ooh. Got to go for this, right?
Yes. All right, 4th and goal.
4th and goal. This is a big, big play. See what Texas can dial up. See what Sark's got in the playbook. Yeah, this is Excelsior.
They got beat down. Cam Williams got beat down.
Oh, my gosh, Dan. You have got to be kidding me.
That's ball game.
Wow.
Right tackle got beat like a drum.
Wow.
Roommates when yours was at Ohio State, is what Fowler just said. Jack Sawyer.
That was something. They're showing Texas fans with surrender cobras with, oh my gosh. So, 4th and goal. Quinn Ewers stripped of the ball. Jack Sawyer picks it up, runs for a touchdown all the way to the other side of the field. We've got the kick coming here. It's about to be 28-14. The way that Ohio State was able to turn 1st and goal from the 1 into an 83-yard strip sack that went the other way, and now it's 28-14.
Oh, my God. He just dipped Cam Williams. Wow.
I don't think anybody was open. It didn't look like anybody was open from that reverse shot, but
wouldn't have had time.
Even still, it wouldn't have necessarily gone 83 yards the other direction.
By the way, just in mentioning Jack Sawyer, this is what this sport is. This is the first comment. Sure.
Wow.
All right. So this is when Greg McElroy would have a point. There's plenty of time left at this point. There's still plenty of time.
I mean, there's only 2:13 left, and Texas isn't really hitting shots down the field.
They're not hitting shots downfield.
So,
but there's not 2 seconds left.
I will say, interestingly, in our bowl bingo game, one of the props that we had was whether or not there would be an onside kick attempt in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So, in theory, if we get a quick score, and if you pick there will be an onside kick attempt in this game, you might stand to benefit from that. But otherwise, it seems like a tall order to me, Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan with the most important point of the night. Looks like it's going to be a national championship of the only 2 teams to beat America's team, the Indiana Hoosiers, Dan.
That's true.
Common opponent. I do think if it is Ohio State, as it looks to be, as a Notre Dame fan.
Sure. Give me your thoughts.
The fact that the Texas defense was mostly able to hold them in check is encouraging.
Yeah.
It's encouraging. I am very skeptical that Notre Dame, which plays a high percentage of man defense, is going to be able to do that against this Ohio State receiving corps. I like their young corners. I think they're overmatched.
Who's getting the Smith assignment? Gray or Moore?
Probably Gray.
Okay.
Maybe Moore. I mean, Moore has gotten fewer looks in his direction over the last 6 weeks or so.
Okay.
So maybe he's the answer. Frankly, there is no answer. I don't think you can man up Jeremiah Smith. How they handle that, how they solve that problem will be interesting. They're, of course, really banged up on the defensive line. That's what I struggle with. I think this works for Texas because, again, Texas plays a super high ratio of zone. That's sort of their MO, but Notre Dame does not. So I'm very curious to see what would happen in that matchup because of that. It just seems like a bad beat for Notre Dame, but
right.
All right, 213, 28-14 is your score at present.
Got a touchback.
Texas needs to do something quick here.
Did you hear that story from Holly Rowe?
I did.
Good story. Ooh.
Yeah. We're at the 2-minute timeout. We've got some predictions rolling in here in the chat.
Oh, what do we have?
And unsurprisingly, a lot of folks expecting Ohio State to roll Notre Dame. Look, I don't fault that prediction. I'm going to go and take a look at it. My sense is that it's a bad matchup for Notre Dame. As it would be for most teams, but
agree. Do you think there will be any ESPN stories highlighting where Marcus Freeman played college football? I don't see it, honestly.
Man, they're going to wear that out.
I don't see it.
They are going to wear that out. There are going to be a lot of like those college yearbook montages, you know?
I don't know. Call me crazy. I say no. That's my fantasy thing. No allusions to Marcus Freeman as a player.
Jeremiah Love said they wanted to play Ohio State. They want to avenge the loss from a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure I feel the same. I didn't play a year ago, but...
Well, who's to say what Notre Dame can accomplish with all 11 men on a field on defense?
This is very true. Thank you, Dan.
There is no limit.
Yeah.
The limit does not exist. The limit does not exist.
Well, Mean Girls?
Of course. Katie Heron?
Yeah. Aaron is asking for you to put Freeman's face on Tressel with the sweater vest.
You know, I don't think I'm going to be doing inter-race face swaps.
I don't think that'd be a good call.
I don't think that's my specific lane, my face swap lane. I am just all tie all the time. Everybody's got to figure out their lane in life, and it's putting tie on
John Stamos,
Richard Grieco, maybe an Estevez.
Yeah.
Maybe both Hall and Oates. There's Banderas in his Mercedes commercial again. And that's why I was inspired for halftime.
Yeah.
And Tiny O Banderas. Where did he go? Which one is your favorite of the day? Which tie? Which face swap tie?
I actually really like the Ryan Day one.
Oh, Ty and Day?
I thought that was pretty good, yeah. Jim Gardner wasn't bad either. I mean, that looks pretty good.
What does Ty and Day look like, though? Like that look, that expression, that haircut.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what job Ty and Day would have. Like travels, he's like a airport, like he's in an airport a lot. He works in sales. He's selling.
Could be a pit boss.
Could be a pit boss.
There's a little bit of pit boss in that.
Yeah.
Also, like security consultant, like FBI. They're getting like FBI vibes from that.
I could see that dude going, all right, Sharks. All right, Sharks. You've heard of mops.
Yeah.
But have you heard?
Who's ready for me to make your day?
Texas. Not looking great.
It is not looking great. Okay. Mark says superintendent vibes for that.
Oh, high school wrestling coach, superintendent. Yeah. Why not both? Security guy with the IFB and security guard. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking too, Tom.
I see a little bit of, let me bring Ty and Day back up here. A little bit of like high school teacher in over his head teaching sex ed. She's like, oh, where are the Vaz Defrons? Oh,
that's an interception.
Caleb Downs pick.
Caleb Downs drops to the turf. Your final score here is going to be 28-14. At long last, we get the Quinn Ewers pick. Ohio State's going to go to the ship. They're going to square off against Notre Dame. The line per DraftKings before this game was Ohio State minus 8.5.
Okay. So we got a little Laura Quinn going.
Yeah. I don't even know what that throw was. Where was that going?
We've got, so Laura Quinn's married to AJ Hawk?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
I don't know what kind of odds you could have gotten that AJ Hawk is on a popular sports television show. I'm not sure you can call him a personality.
He's not. He's. You're right. He is on the show. Technically,
on the show. Have I ever shown you my AJ Hawk impression?
I don't think so.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Here's my AJ Hawk impression. It's pretty good, right?
It's spot on.
Thank you.
You need a cigar. You need the cigar.
All right, and here's part of it too. You ready? Yeah, it's pretty good. Putting in long hours.
This one for Braden, I mean, it's not even close. The answer is Drew Aller. Quinn Ewers at least threw for 283. He had this pick here. I don't think it was a horrible game for Quinn Ewers. Drew Aller was wretched last night.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just.
All right. So that's going to do it, Dan.
Yes.
Your final here is 28-14 Ohio State with some big plays down the stretch. Notably, that strip sack, that 83-yard touchdown from Jack Sawyer should come as no great surprise that Ohio State would win this, but this was definitely a different game than the first two that they played in this tournament.
Yes.
And Texas definitely tested them for about 3.5 quarters.
Man. The two teams beat Indiana.
Yeah.
And last year, Ohio State's not even in this conversation. Wild.
All right. So Dan and I are going to record our recap pod that will drop to the audio feeds tomorrow morning for those public subscribers. It will drop for the Patreon subscribers immediately and without the ads. You could go on out to patreon.com/solidverbal or just verballers.com, verballers.com. That'll take you over to our Patreon page. I will also put this up one more time. solidverbal.com/discord. We would encourage everybody who is watching here on any platform, if Discord is your thing, go out. We'll keep those channels open through the national championship so that everybody can talk about these games with our community. And of course, please make sure you hit subscribe wherever it is you are watching this live feed, Dan.
Yes. Do you want to see what you just missed on social media?
What I just missed on social media,
I just
of course.
received this text.
Okay.
This is what's happening. This is a tweet from a major media personality who loves himself some USC Trojans.
Oh, my gosh.
From about 15 minutes ago after the scoop and score.
Okay.
There you go.
On that note, for that guy over there, for myself, Ty Hildenbrand, thank you one, thank you all for hanging with us really throughout both semifinals. Your national championship is going to be Ohio State against Notre Dame. We will be previewing this game before long. We will obviously be talking about these results here shortly. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit follow. We'll talk to you all soon. Stay solid.
Peace, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you
for hanging with us. Couldn't have done it without you.